Testing. All right. I think we're officially live now. Besides, I can't see my chat. Let me go ahead and pull that up. I do believe he has challenged me to a game once or twice. Sadly, it has not happened yet. Oh, Mario Kart? Yeah, man. I'd love to play Mario Kart. I got my Switch downstairs and all that stuff. Yo, what's up? Justin Bailey, Amber, Lord Beagle. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. It's been a minute since I've gone live. It's actually might have been a couple days. I feel like I went live not long ago, like early morning live. Our friendship would be over if we played Mario Kart. Yeah, I get pretty competitive on Mario Kart. Mario Kart, Uno, several other games. Do I get competitive at Dead by Daylight? No. I'm trying to think about the games I get competitive at. What is happening, everybody? Thank you again for hopping on and really appreciate the love and support. Be sure to hit the like button. It looks like actually people got notified this time around. That's good. I'm glad to see that. Actually, 18 people within the first few minutes of going live. That's good. Normally, YouTube takes forever, man. You missed Mario Kart 8. My daughter's mom ran off with it. You have yet to beat me in Uno live. I know. Man, I feel like everybody's just been so busy with life. I've just nonstop. New schedule, new everything just going on. It's really put it's put a big delay in a lot of our live streams that we normally used to do. We were doing quite a few a while back, like a gaming live stream almost every single week. The real game that ends the friendships is Monopoly. I know, I beg to differ. Monopoly, it can end friendships, but I feel like Uno, man, that game just makes you so competitive. Feral Goth Gal, how you doing? Pomp, what's up? Welcome, Smurfy! Hey! And I've been also uploading to my TikTok recently, too, and my Facebook. Yeah, doing some, like, ranking videos on my Facebook page, my official Facebook page. If anybody wants to follow me on jcarts at Facebook, you guys can see that stuff. Or TikTok, whatever you want to do. Hey, Albert, how you doing? BRB gonna grab some lunch. You're good. You're good. Good time to do it, actually. I'm just jumping on in just to chat. I just felt like going live, seeing how everybody's been doing, checking up on everybody's lives. Good. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I probably won't be on for like an insanely long amount of time, only because I do have to go to work tonight around 10 o'clock. I'd be there by 10. And then I'm working all the way till 6 in the morning. So right now I'm on like a first shift schedule because of the training. So I have to like force myself to go back to the third shift. Been sick for quite a while now. I feel like there's something really going around. Yeah, there's quite a few people here in Ohio that I know are really sick at the time. Church is doing good. Thank you for asking. He was downstairs messing with the tree not long ago. Yeah, I do holiday trees, and it's still up right now. You're waiting for your ride home from work, just sitting in a spooky hallway. I mean, at least you're sitting in a spooky hallway. That's kind of fascinating. Third shift sucks. I love third shift. I just don't like getting switched over so much because it fucks with me. But I had to do this training, and there was no other way around it, so I had to do first shift for training. Had to force myself to stay awake, so like drinking quite a few cups of coffee in the morning was like the only way I could do it. I also unfortunately got my own clown doll, not by my choice. You got your own clown doll, no joke, man. You joining the club? Doubtful, but good for you. Once you start, you can't go back. I need to get more. I need to get several more. You hate the damn thing? Nah, man, I'm sure it loves you. You may hate it, but it loves you. About as possessed as Annabelle. Everybody's been taking jabs at the Warrens Occult Museum and shit lately. But it's no surprise. I've never really I've always had doubts about that place. So we brought it home and everyone became sick, so it has to be haunted. Does it have mold in it? You said it was a doll. Does it have mold on the inside of it? I doubt it does. You would have definitely noticed mold, but, you know. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. Ugh. It does not have mold. Yeah, the Annabelle and the whole thing was, of course, all bullshit. Of course it is. Of course it is. I never believed it myself. You know? If we're really going to get like into the actual conversation of Annabelle, Robert the doll, I find Robert, I think, a little bit more fascinating than Annabelle personally. Robert actually kind of seems just a different. I've never seen dolls like that. So Raggedy Ann's, you know, there's Raggedy Ann's all over the place. I have a couple of Raggedy Ann's myself. I have one that's actually looks just like Annabelle. It's just smaller. But Robert is unique. Robert's a little, unique compared to most of the haunted dolls I've seen. So, I'm not saying he's possessed. I'm not saying he's haunted. I'm just saying he's just more interesting. You know, the backstory on that one just fascinates me more. And, yeah. I wouldn't mind actually going and seeing Robert. Beagle needs to banish the freaky doll. No. No, send it to me. If you want to get rid of it, send it to me. If it gets too much for you. Jesus, someone's outside and they made a noise. Freaked me out. Definitely possessed. Can I do ASMR with my microphone? I don't think I can. Can I even turn this thing up? I don't know if I can, actually. Nah, it's not worth it. Robert is unique. I hate the thing so creepy. You're going to have to send me a picture of it. I don't think you've sent me a picture, have you? How's life going, Andrew? I saw you were in here a few seconds ago. How you doing, man? You're gonna need more bass in your voice for the oh god. I don't think I can. It's like a French jester made out of porcelain. No, I haven't. I can. You know what though? I think I have some that are just like that. You wouldn't believe the clowns I have, though. I actually posted pictures over on my images and video over on my TikTok. Though, I have an unedited version of that video that actually shows you every single clown on my shelf up there. Speaking of merch, did anybody else see how much Sam and Colby is paying somebody to make their merchandise? Good God. You have to have experience with, like, you know, Adobe and everything like that. But, man, 20 hours a week, right? $6,000 a month to make merchandise for them. Yeah. Yeah, it was on Indeed.com. Yeah. $6,000 a month. It's pretty damn decent money considering that it's pretty much, it's a part-time job. I would say Indeed.com. Go to Indeed if you guys have experience with like Adobe or anything like that. Yeah. Good opportunity for anybody who needs money. I mean, seriously. I don't have experience in Adobe or anything, but I don't think they would hire me anyway since I've talked some mad shit before. I won't even say it's talking mad shit. It's just I overly critique them, but I feel like for pretty justified reasons. I know, Andrew. That's more than what I make. By far. I bring in maybe... I don't mind saying this fucking shit. Whatever. You know, I probably bring in close to... $1,500 a month? No. More than that. More than that. Yeah, but it's still, like, a lot more. Hey, Wayne's World, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? There, I just sent it. Okay. Doesn't really look like a clown to me. Kind of like a Chinese doll. You know how like they used to put makeup on and stuff and red lipstick? That's what it kind of looks like to me. You ever seen the movie Mulan? Where they kind of put all this makeup on her? It's kind of cool though. I like it. You bit the cock and bought a MacBook? Hell yeah. That's going to benefit. I was actually experimenting a little bit with these microphones that you sent me a little bit ago. Yeah. Exactly, Lord Beagle. Give me one sec. Give me 1 second. About as haunted as most of the artifacts in the Warren Cult Museum, probably. Ah! Isn't that sweet? Isn't that just adorable? Doesn't that make you just all giddy inside? Put you up there. What a freak. Thank you, I love it. I love it. I got so many more. Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing, man? Doesn't that get you all excited? You wouldn't believe. A member for 58 months. That is some meaningful stuff right there. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Welcome, guys. Thank you all for hopping on in. Really appreciate that. You know, if you've never had a conversation with me, this is the perfect time to do it. I'm pretty chill. You know, I like to get to know my audience as much as possible. So if you're new here, don't be shy. I'm all warm and fuzzy now. Good. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to get you all warm and fuzzy. What else can I show you that's going to make you all warm and fuzzy? Actually, give me 1 second. All right, let's see here. Okay, I got Jester here. Not Jester, Jasper. I got Jasper here. This guy, he makes me all warm and fuzzy. I think he's absolutely just fantastic. I think anybody would find this guy charming. Look, doesn't this guy look charming? Isn't he more adorable than you know, your Annabelle or Robert the Doll? Wouldn't you like this sitting on your book stand? This is my guy. This is my favorite clown, potentially, in my collection. Yeah, let's set him down really quick. On the floor. Okay. Why am I holding it like a child? Why don't you mind your own business, actually? I want to get one and name him Conky. You like the clown? Thank you. What did he say? I'm 40 years old, warm and fuzzy. Get off my goddamn lawn. Man. You blowing bubbles in your chocolate milk? It's not chocolate milk, but now that you got saying, I kind of do want chocolate milk. It's at least not the creepiest I've seen. No, I've seen way creepier clowns than that. Maybe I got something up there that would probably creep you the fuck out. Actually, I do. Pray that I don't drop anything. Okay. Okay. Is my lighting okay? Did I fuck that up? It's fine. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, let's take a look. Doesn't that get your blood boiling? Your blood boiling. That's what you do when you're mad. Doesn't that freak you out a little bit? Look at the fucking eyes on this thing. Look at the eyes on this thing, man. Lord Beagle is going to have nightmares over that one. He can't sit up straight. But that's not the creepiest one I got. I got worse, man. I got worse, trust me. You best believe in these halls, man. Absolutely, I love Art the Clown. Hell yeah. I love Art the Clown. I love Pennywise the Clown. Captain Spaulding. Love that guy. The missus is scared of clowns. She'll have nightmares. Is she watching? No joke. I'm not going to tell you when, but I'm going to have someone dress up in it. It's actually a costume on a mannequin. I'm going to have someone dress up in that thing one day, and it's just going to fucking run at the screen. I'm not going to tell you when. It's just going to be sometime in the future. You might even forget about it for now. But one day, I'm going to be sitting here talking, and I'm just going to have someone go into that costume and just bolt towards me and just see how many of you just fly backwards. Yeah. It's going to happen one day. But I'm not going to tell you when. You'll just have to pay close attention to the background. Who's watching? Oh, she's watching. Good deal. Good deal. So she probably had a heart attack during that. Sometimes it feels like my brain is going to explode because of how the modernized movies that start in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, if that makes anything. I think that makes sense, yeah. I will never watch again. You know, you don't mean that. You don't mean that. You'll be back around. You'll be back around. I may have clowns, but, I have heart behind it. That one's kind of creepy. Now I'm looking at all my clowns up there, and I'm like, oh, man, which one can I scare you with next? I don't know, man. I got a lot. Yeah, you ever get any antique clowns? Any freaky clowns? Send them my way. One of these days, I'm going to have a room dedicated to these things. I'm just going to have the creepiest little room of clowns you'll ever imagine. And I'll be doing live streams in there, too, at some point. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, you have to ignore them. You have to ignore them, But there's something about clowns that I think are just as addictive as ghosts and demons and spirits, when we talk about that stuff. And that stuff can be relatively creepy. But over 2 years now. Thank you so much for that support. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm sorry to be late. Hey, John Winters. I was catching up on some posts from the Missing Enigma challenge. Oh, don't worry about it, man. You're good. I fear that he will attack me with one when we do our live meet. That'd be kind of crazy. You're giving me ideas now. Or he will send one to me one day. I feel like you'd break it, so I'm not going to do that. I feel like you would destroy it. Hey, the Pink Angel. Love that name. Your first J-Cards Arts Live. Well, thank you for hopping on in. I really appreciate that. Holly, you feel pain. Yeah, I get it. But I feel like clowns, they're addictive in that kind of way. I don't know, man. I like the colors. I like the vibe. I like the fun aspect of clowns. Always have, probably always will. I'm weird. But you know what? I'd rather be weird than normal. In this kind of world, in this kind of day and age, you got to have a little bit of You gotta have something special about you, and that's mine. Lord Beagle will wake up in Cleveland, and Jasper will be laying on the bed next to him. I'm bringing Jasper with us when we go to our investigation. I'm bringing him with. Yep, you best believe he goes with me everywhere. Everywhere I go, he goes. I promise you, too. Andrew is probably going to be picking me up, and I'm literally going to walk out of this house with him. Yeah, it's going to happen. And then we're going to film the entire trip up there. The Adventures of Andrew and Jay Cots. Driving in Ohio. You getting a hotel away from you guys? I'm gonna actually go to this. I'm gonna go to the hotel. I'm gonna ask one of the people who work there to take that clown and put it in your room. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that because I care about Jasper too much. Careful, they got human trafficking up there. Ugh. No place in a case and call it haunted. Yes, destroy no place in a case and call it haunted. Yes. Donna hit me in the face with a clown mask. I ended up with a black eye. It was hilarious. Man, I got several clown masks, man. Why are some people scared of clowns? I find them creepy, but we all have our own fears. You know, I can understand it. Some clowns in general just have a sort of. They're obviously people in makeup and costumes, but they do have this like otherworldly presence when you see them out of nowhere, in a sense that they are definitely a standout in a room. I really, it's hard to explain, why people are genuinely freaked out about them, but in all reality, they're a little bit. Trying to think of the word. There is an uncanniness to them. I know what I'm trying to say. I just can't say it. Not a little bit more. I don't know. I'll think of it here in a few. But there's definitely a term I want to use that I think what people feel when they see a clown. Worldly might have been what I was looking for. We have a resident weird clown here. Yeah, I saw a post on the Debunkers Anonymous thing. Words like someone said, if a clown asked me to go into the woods with them at this point, I'd be doing it. And I'm just kind of like, well, I feel like I'm kind of the clown kind of person of the paranormal world. So, like, I immediately kind of associate it with me now when I see, like, people who are involved with the paranormal making those kind of posts. It's like, because I feel like I'm the only one who really just kind of loves clowns. Out of everybody involved with paranormal and loves talk about paranormal, I feel like I'm the only one here who loves really, expressing his love for clowns. But I honestly I grew up around an actual clown, a couple clowns, so I really wasn't afraid of them. Yeah, I can understand people afraid of, say, spiders or snakes, but clowns are a strange phobia, I guess. I mean, I guess you could make the same argument, though, why, people are afraid of spiders. I mean, most of the time, they're smaller than us, and they're not really all that bad, but they give a sense of, I know it's human, but it's acting inhuman. It's, I guess, yeah, a little bit of an inhuman feel to it. Like, clowns are the only actual cryptids in our world. Clowns don't approach you like a human should. POVJ Cards 2016 saying a random clown everywhere. Oh, look, piece of candy. Man, I thought that was the coolest shit, believe it or not, when that whole clown pandemic thing happened. I thought that was awesome. Yeah, everybody was freaking out and scared, but I thought it was cool. And it actually only started happening because of the It movie that dropped in 2017. That's when everybody started dressing up like clowns and then, going to the movie theaters dressed as clowns. And yeah. As long as they don't come at you, yeah. Yeah, I get that. Hey, what's up, Tanya? Stranger danger, who knows what was behind the mask? Yep. Has there been any announcement as to where the Warrens Museum will be? We know not Salem. Oh, man. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about the whole, I don't know too much details about it, but I heard that, I guess, what was it? Salem did not want them showing up, the Warrens Occult Museum thing that they normally do, like take it on tour. I heard about that. I haven't dove into it myself, but yeah. I think there's even a petition, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, there was a petition made, actually people signing they do not want to see the Warrens Occult Museum over in actual Massachusetts, Salem. Someone fill me in on that, please. I've seen Jason Hawes post. I think Jason might have shared it, if I'm not mistaken. Jason, and I know Andrew shared it. Am I wrong about that? Beardo might have shared it too. I saw several posts. Jake Arch was thinking, "Hey guys, where's the party and can I join?" Speaking of cryptids, we had a damn kangaroo running around downtown. Really? A kangaroo in Dayton? That's crazy. I hate clowns because they come running up to me when I was about 3 years old, scared the shit out of me. Yeah, some people don't understand that either. Like, some people, you know, when they're dressed as clowns, they assume that they're going to be humorous and funny. But yeah, in reality, you run up to a kid dressed like that, you are going to probably make them shit themselves, yeah. I've got a friend who hates clowns, but he has a problem with Harley. He has no problem with Harley Quinn, I guess, but be as it may. Well, Harley Quinns are a bit different. They're more of jesters. They kind of look more like jesters than because, you know, people feel differently about mimes, too. There's clowns with the crazy, eccentric, you know, different colors. Those people, it seems like those ones are really what people get freaked out over the most. But, you know, mimes and Harley Quinns, not as many, not nearly as many. I mean, there's literally a guy named Tom the Mime who is beloved on social media, and he's a mime, you know? Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing in Salem is done and over with. Some city council meeting said something about them moving on. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, you're not dumb, man. Mimes aren't clowns. They're really not. They have similarities, though. They're really not, though. You're right. They're not. But they do have some similarities. Tom the Mime from Australia, he's really good. I really like Tom, yeah. He makes some good content. Heart Mode Horror just jumped on in. Welcome. Thank you for making it. I'm just chatting it up with everybody. The white face paint, black lipstick. Sometimes they do the designs on the eyes. I mean, they're not, yeah, you're right. They're not clowns, but they do have similarities. Not saying he's like an outright looking like a clown, but similarities. Fucking hell, man. That's racist. God. I don't know if you know this, but I'm anything but racist to clowns. My God, man. Yeah, there was a petition. Locals didn't want it in Salem. I can understand. I can understand. I did walk into that one. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Mimes are goths? What is... A lot of clowns don't speak either, or they talk with those very over-the-top accents. Welcome. Someone clip it. You're a bastard. Now you're going to have the whole clown community turn on me. You insane? You've lost it? Whole clown community is now going to come after me. That was a horrible, goofy impression. I mean, it was supposed to be goofy, yeah. But not that goofy. Mimes are annoying. Mimes actually, out of, you know, compared to clowns, in my opinion, are a little bit more freaky. I think when they don't talk, it's a little more creepy. Now, some clowns talk. Some clowns talk. You know, the older couple who dressed like clowns when I went to a restaurant in Washington State, they talked all the time. And then when I eventually had the courage to keep going up and asking them, you know, hey, can I get a balloon? It took me forever to get to that point where I could, like, give them money and say, can I get a balloon for me and my sister? And then eventually they started talking to me. I started enjoying their company. And that's how I broke my fear of clowns. At first, I was terrified of them because they really were. When they walked into the room, they had every kid kind of hiding behind their parents. Like, all of them. So... The worst mimes are an Expedition 33 smacking you with a hammer that isn't there. Can you imagine an army of clowns commenting, trying to get angry? I could see it. It'd be kind of crazy. But they just keep asking what balloon animals you want. What one did I get a lot of? I got the sword a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to think what else they... Giraffe was a pretty good one, a popular one. They did giraffes. I would, like... Congratulations to your brother. That's awesome. I know I speak facts a lot. Tickets, please. Thanks. Walk through the door into the halls of illusion. Visit yours. I've always wanted to go to the carnival. I think it'd be fantastic to go to an actual carnival with like escape rooms, or not escape rooms, but like, you know, Hall of Illusions and House of Mirrors and things like that. Hey, can I get a balloon that says J Carts to Pennywise while he's waiting for Georgie in the sewers? I'll be seeing them live in a few months. Oh, the Insane Clown Posse? Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. Jordan will shave. We'll shave to go to Land of Illusions in fall. You'd love it there. Oh, we'll save. That'd be really cool. I'd be down. That'd be a fun video to make, too. A person at the college I used to go to was a mime. He used to go around wearing mime clothes whenever he got the chance to do so. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to see. Tell me if this guy is not adorable. I think Hart missed it last time. What do you think, Hart? What do you think of this? Join me. Join me. I got that at a yard sale. Had to have it when I saw it. I remember reading an article once of the history of the Wary Willy Hobo clown character and how it seemed to be cursed since every person who's taken up the Wary Will mantle ended up having their lives go downhill. Interesting, interesting. Hey, what's up, Hung Solo? Fucking... That thing is pure evil. That little button nose, evil. Does it have a little button nose? Kind of. Sorry, I'm just thinking I've read every comment. I'm pretty fast at reading comments. I try to get to everybody's comments, so yeah. Yeah. I'll be like just sitting here for a while, probably waiting on more. Let's go up and see if I missed any. Speaking of which, I just realized some of them are cut off. Okay, that's better. Now they shouldn't be cut off. Let me go back to the bottom. Shit. Reminds me of the We Are Veman voice. And that thing was not pure evil. I have ones that are probably creepier. But I think some of them are in storage too. I have quite a few. I have more clowns than this. They're just in storage. I don't have a lot of space right now. So once my sister moves out, I'm probably going to have more space to do more. Which is the plan. How's everybody doing, by the way? Hart, Andrew, how you guys doing? I used to buy haunted objects like masks from Africa. I mean, some of them, they make pretty cool masks. They make pretty cool artifacts. Nothing happened. Pink Angel, it's cool. I'm probably too fast at reading comments for my own good. I feel like I could drag this out a little bit longer. And once we hit rock bottom, we pull out our shovels and see if we can find its basement. I do find it funny that clowns terrified me, and I'm friends with them. Is that a jab at me? I have some that are more evil. He says, looking longingly at the faces on his walls. Yeah, yeah, I really do. I'm doing okay. I'm still passing kidney stones like hunger hippos in reverse. Also jab at you. Yes, man. And I'm sorry to hear that. By the way, I couldn't even imagine. Your friend got engaged. Nice. Later, Mike. Take care. Is Mike heading out? I'm not in a good frame of mind right now, so I'm gonna go. Bye, Jordan. Later, everyone. All right, Mike. Have a good one. Hope you feel better, man. Hopefully your day gets better. It's like labor, but it's not ending. Laugh my fucking ass off, man. Oh man, that must be insanely rough. Let me see if we can do something here, guys. We don't have to just do a simple live stream this entire time. Let me see if we can have some fun-ish-esque. It is a different layout. Yes, thank you for noticing. Yes. And I'm out of water. By the way. Let's go ahead and Yakar some of the Clown Museum. No, unfortunately, the Clown Motel still has more than I do. Go ahead and shrink this down. Okay. Bring you over here. Perfect. Bring you here. Yes, you're watching me do this live. Could be worse. Oops. Bring you over here. YouTube that shit. Okay. Let's see if I have... Here. Perfect. And now we should have desktop audio in the background. Okay. Are there any movies that I'm looking forward to that are coming out? I mean, yes, probably several. I mean, thinking off the top of my head, I haven't watched a new movie in a while, guys. To be frankly honest, it's been a minute since I've watched any new movies. So I'm not really like, it's not on the top of my mind at the very moment. But I am looking forward to seeing the Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Galaxy movie. I think that looks like a lot of fun. I heard mixed things on it. I don't really take it to heart yet, too fast. But I am looking forward to seeing it. Yoshi's my favorite like Nintendo character of all time. There's new B movies, pretty fun. Amityville and NATO. Oh my god. We can watch Jay Carts while watching him live. The new Spider-Man will be good. I heard whatever his name is, Tom Holland said it was like his favorite Spider-Man movie, apparently. Sanuko guilty? No, we're not gonna watch that. Bring me up here. Okay. And I think can you guys hear the audio, by the way? Hopefully you guys can hear that.
This happened when I was a little kid, maybe 6 or 7. My family has always been very religious, so Easter has always been a huge deal for us. Same with most of the other major religious holidays. Now that I think of it, even Sunday kind of felt like its own holiday with the way my parents treated church. It's actually kind of funny. Some of my earliest memories are church-related. What I'm about to tell you is one of them. It was Easter Sunday, so all the services are much longer than usual.
Uh-huh.
I don't mind, though. My parents instilled the love of Christ in me very early on. After the service was
Kind of quiet, but you can hear it. Like, how much can you hear it? Like, is it as loud as I am, or does it sound like it's, like, in a distance? Because if you can hear it, like, in a distance, that means the actual desktop audio is not coming through.
Sunday school, or CCD as our church called it.
Still distance? Interesting. Hold on one second. I hate when this thing does this. It's so stupid. Why can't it just do what I want it to? Dude, I have to do this every time. Every time. Okay. Now let's see if it fixed. Let's see if it's fixed now, right? How's that?
This happened when I was a little kid, maybe 6 or 7. My family has always
Piece
been
of
very
shit
religious,
PC.
so
OBS,
Easter
you
has always
suck.
been a huge deal for us. Same with most of the other major religious holidays. Now that I think of it, even Sunday kind of felt like its own holiday with the way my parents treated church. It's actually kind of funny. Some of my earliest memories are church-related. What I'm about to tell you is one of them. It was Easter Sunday, so all the services are much longer than usual. I don't mind, though. My parents instilled the love of Christ in me very early on. After the service was Sunday school, or CCD as our church called it. I know lots of churches don't offer Sunday school after really important masses, but ours did. So after the mass, my parents took me downstairs to all the classrooms like they had done 100 times, and I said goodbye. I'm just going to describe the layout of the church now so this story makes sense.
Okay, so I really, really hope this isn't leading into a PDF file story. It's just disturbing stories. It's not specific, doesn't say like paranormal or creepy Easter bunny. Disturbing Easter stories. We're going into a basement. Oh, where the classes are being held. Let's hope it's not going. Let's hope it's not leading into that sort of direction. Not trying to be stereotypical, but I know that there are some. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Sense. Our church had kind of a split-level layout. The main sanctuary was upstairs, where the altar and pews were, and then all the classrooms were in the basement. It was technically a basement, but the church was on a slope. You could still get in and out of the building from down there.
Okay.
There was this long carpeted hallway down there with maybe 7 or 8 rooms branching off on each side, grouped by age. My classroom...
Grouped by age. It looks like the basement you would see in Poppy Playtime. Like, it looks like that school from Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, I think it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Was one of the first ones on the left. At the very end of the hallway were the 2 bathrooms, one for boys and one for girls.
Yep.
Right next to those was a heavy gray door that led outside. It was almost always locked from the inside, but I remember being told it could be used in case of an emergency. The adults always warned us to never leave from that door because it would automatically lock behind us, and we'd have no way of getting back inside the church. But anyway, back to the story. The hole downstairs.
Okay,
had
so
been
this might not be what I think it is. What's going to happen is the kid's going to go outside the door's going to shut on him, and then somebody's going to be off in the distance, like a homeless guy, going and walking towards the kid like a crack addict or something. This is my prediction right now.
For Easter, like
Yeah.
really decorated. The walls were covered in pastel streamers and little paper cutouts of lambs and crosses, and there were drawings of Jesus with kids taped up between the classroom doors. Some of the teachers had even worn these cheap bunny ears you get at CVS. It actually felt more festive down there than it had upstairs during Mass. All the kids were in a good mood too, probably because everyone knew there'd be egg hunts later in the day.
Right,
Normally
right. You can't
I'd
go
wait
wrong with
until
those.
class was over to go to the bathroom, but because the Easter service had run way longer than usual Masses, and I couldn't hold it, I raised my hand and asked to go, and the teacher excused me from the room. The bathrooms were maybe 15 feet down the hall, and it wasn't uncommon for kids to go by themselves. They always said if we took too long, they'd come check, but I don't remember that ever actually happening. So I slipped out quietly while the rest of the class was coloring pictures of the empty tomb and Jesus rising from it. I went into the boys' bathroom and shut the stall door behind me.
Okay, it's getting a little bit creepy already. Nothing ever goes well in church basements in the bathroom. Never.
It was quiet, but those bathrooms were old.
This is building
All I
up.
could hear was the soft hum of the fluorescent lights and the faint sound of a teacher's voice echoing down the hallway. But as I was sitting there, I suddenly heard this weird scraping sound coming from the stall next to mine. It didn't sound like anything normal, not like someone shifting or unlocking a door. It was the slow, uneven metal sound, like something was being dragged or scraped against the inside of the door. Not loud, but sharp. I don't remember being scared. I was mostly just confused. At first, I thought it was another kid, so I kept quiet and finished up my business. As I was washing my hands, though, I looked.
Don't worry, this is probably not really the bathroom. It's probably all AI generated that he's just using. Yeah, I think we're okay here. This is if you have fucking cameras in your basement bathroom where the little boys and little girls go to the bathroom, yeah, already. Red flag, this building. Red flag, big time.
Looked into the mirror and saw that stall door opening slowly. But instead of another kid stepping out, it was a grown man wearing an Easter bunny costume.
So, my theory could be right, and Hart's theory could be right. It's the bunny.
I remember the way the ears flopped forward a little, and how the suit looked off. It was kind of saggy and stained in places, like it hadn't been washed ever.
Oh, shit.
The fur was more of a grayish white than a bright white, and one of the eyes on the head looked like it had been sewn back on crooked. But the thing is, I don't remember being scared when I saw him. Not then. Like I said, I was pretty young, and in my mind, this was just the Easter bunny making a surprise visit.
Uh-huh.
I actually smiled when I turned around. I think I even said something like, "Hi."
Oh,
He
God.
didn't say anything at first, just stood there halfway out of the stall, staring at me. His head was tilted slightly, and he didn't move. I remember feeling a little awkward, like I wasn't sure if I was supposed to say something else. Then, after a long pause, he stepped all the way out and slowly raised one of his arms, pointing towards the door like he was guiding me out. That's when he finally spoke. His voice was muffled behind the costume, but I still remember the exact words. He said, "You're the lucky chosen child. I have a gift for you outside."
That is disturbing, man. That was a lot creepier than I was expecting. Saying this to a little boy in the boys' bathroom. You're the lucky child. I got a special prize for you outside. Oh my God, man, that's disgusting. That is freaky. Even if, like, let's say the dude had, like, the best of intentions, the fact that it's happening in the bathroom of all places is what's really disturbing to me. Like, If it was like in front of the teachers, you know, you're the special kid, I pick you, I got a prize, no worries. Or something like that in front of the teachers and everybody, that'd be one thing. But now it's like in private and stuff. It is creepy.
I didn't even hesitate. I was excited, like genuinely thrilled at the idea that I'd been picked for some kind of special Easter surprise. I think the fact that this was happening in my church gave me a false sense of security or something.
Oh, God, you don't know nothing.
I pushed open the big gray door without thinking twice, not even remembering that it was supposed to stay locked. The Easter Bunny followed right behind, not saying anything else. He started walking across the pavement toward the far corner of the church parking lot.
Nope.
There was a car parked back there.
Fuck me,
mostly
dude.
hidden from view by the dumpster and a few scraggly bushes. I remember thinking it was weird that he had parked so far away, and that he didn't even have a basket of candy or anything. At one point, he started holding my hand.
No! Dude, you know what this feels like? Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, the big fucking rabbit? How he'd be like, you know, holding, like you see pictures of him holding the kid's hand and then luring him away? That's what it feels like to me. Okay, so they went outside, right? They went through the door's locked. He is now leading this kid across the parking lot to his car. Take my hand, kid.
We were maybe halfway across the lot when I saw it. A second Easter Bunny stepping out from a car he was...
It gets worse. It gets worse. There's a second rabbit. Man, dude, I'm kind of freaked out to even continue playing this. Where's this going? Fucking kicks the one in the nuts.
Leading me to. At first, I just stopped walking.
This is when he starts realizing, but there's only one Easter Bunny. What's this?
My little brain didn't know what to make of it. I remember looking back and forth between the two of them, completely confused. I hadn't seen that car earlier, and now there were two Easter bunnies?
Something
Something
wrong.
about it didn't feel magical anymore. It just felt wrong. To this day, I've always thought of what happened next as an act of God. One of the teachers, I think her name was Miss Sabrina, just happened to be walking around the church, maybe heading out to prep for the egg hunt or check on something outside. She looked over at the parking lot right as I was being led over to the car. I'll never forget the sound she made. I've never heard a more terrifying scream in my life. The man in the costume immediately let go of my hand and bolted for the car, and without thinking, I took off running in the opposite direction toward Miss Sabrina. Once I was safe in her arms, I turned my head just in time to catch a glimpse of the car.
This kid, he's lucky they didn't just pick him up and run. By the sounds of it, they're very young children. He's lucky, and the teacher's lucky, that this rabbit dude didn't just pick him up and run to the car and throw him in there really quick. Have you ever seen those kind of videos where you'll just see like just some random guy walking down just the sidewalk and you'll see like a daughter and a dad, and then all of a sudden the guy will grab this kid and like try to run with him, and the dad will beat the shit out of them, obviously, because the dad's right there. But like lucky, because it sounds like they were at a good distance away. Like she had to look across the parking lot to see them. Holy shit. Yeah, the fucking real bunny saves him. That's right. That's a creepy story. That was pretty good. That was a good start.
Which was now speeding out of the parking lot. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure I saw another kid in the back seat of that car.
Get the fuck out, dude. Get the fuck out. They already had another kid. Oh, man. You know in Hollywood how they have these, like, random people dressed up as, like, icons and shit, and they're, like, the worst freaking mascot costumes of all time? Look out for those kind of costumes. Like, the ones that really just feel like they're only dressing up like those characters because they found the costumes, like, in the trash can, and they just sewed it back together as best as they could, put it on, and an hour just going out there using them for whatever benefits they need or whatever they so fit. I don't know. That was pretty creepy, though, man. That was a creepy story. The second bunny was announced that there was another one in a car on the other side of the parking lot. How the hell did he even get in there? Because clearly and obviously the teacher wasn't even aware there probably was an Easter bunny. By the sounds of it, how she screamed immediately after seeing him. Maybe she was screaming at the fact that she saw the Easter bunny luring the kid across the parking lot, and then she saw two of them. Maybe that's what made her scream. But how did the son of a gun even get into the school? Because he was hiding in the stall. I don't really know. I feel like they probably hired him, right? That's probably what their intentions were. They hired him, and then when the teacher saw this, she was like, "Holy hell!"
Sabrina wasn't even looking, but I told her what I had seen, and she took me seriously. The next few hours are a little blurry. Miss Sabrina alerted the other adults right away, and police eventually made me tell them what happened. They asked about the kid I said I saw in the back seat, and I did my best to describe him, even though I had only seen him for like a split second, and I wasn't even sure if my mind was playing tricks on me or not. My parents were the most upset, and for good reason. I think my mom cried for an hour straight after we went home. The police followed up with the church, but nothing ever came of it. There were no missing children in the area, so the police didn't really have anything to work on. The running theory was that whoever had been in that costume somehow had a key to the back door and just sat in the bathroom waiting for a kid to use it. And by sheer misfortune, that kid had been me. I still find the whole thing deeply unsettling. Whoever had done that must have been familiar with the church's layout. Otherwise, they wouldn't have known where to park or wait, or even how to get away with it all.
Well, I don't think it necessarily means that the person was aware of the layout of the church. You know, all it takes is just to park on the other side of the parking lot by the bushes so you wouldn't be seen. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to do something like that and to be shady like that. And I saw your comment, Andrew. You said I could write a scarier story. Probably. I mean, probably. But it wasn't bad. This was actually a pretty decent little Easter horror story.
Me the most is that I think there really was a kid in the backseat of that car. It's hard for an Easter to come and go without me thinking about this experience.
You'll be all right. You made it.
I just graduated high school last year, which is when what I'm about to tell you took place. Easter has always been a fun time of the year for my friends and I, but not for the reason you think. We've outgrown those childish Easter egg hunts that everyone does when they're little, and I honestly cringe when my parents make me participate in one with my younger cousins. A few years ago, I can't remember exactly when, my friends and I created a fun twist on the typical egg hunt format and devised our own game. It's not really that special. It's basically just a mashup of manhunts and an Easter egg hunt.
Okay.
It's two teams like manhunts, but the seekers are also responsible for hiding and protecting a few eggs. If the hiders manage to capture all the eggs, they win. And if the seekers don't find all the hiders within a certain time frame, the hiders also win. There are some other dumb rules, like how the seekers can't be camping where any of the eggs are hidden, and stuff like that. But that's not super relevant to the story. It was the Thursday before Easter, and school was canceled the next day for whatever reason. So we decided to have a sleepover that night. It was me, Jake, Race, Chuck, Arthur, and Raz. Raz wasn't actually his real name. His last name was Razzie, but everyone just called him Raz.
I don't give a fuck.
His family had the biggest house by far, so we'd always chill there. He lived in the middle of nowhere, and his backyard bordered a decently sized wooded area. Plus, his parents were out of town until Friday night.
Of course they were.
So we'd have the place.
Of course they were. This is how all of these kind of stories go. The parents are nowhere to be seen. Moral is, stop leaving your kids unattended. Get an adult. Damn. Then they wouldn't have to experience shit like this.
To ourselves. We were just chilling, playing video games in his basement, when Chuck suggested we play manhunts. We were all down.
Gotta go outside into the wooded area.
Flashlights Raz had in his garage. We used a random number generator on Jake's phone to pick random teams, just to keep it fair and unpredictable. I was on a team with Chuck and Raz, and we were seeking. Jake and Arthur were hiding. Raz's mom had a ton of plastic eggs upstairs, so we grabbed a couple of them and all of us went outside. We'd played back there a bunch of times before, so we already knew the layout.
Imagine
the far boundary was
the same exact rabbit.
The fence line, and the other edges were the creek and the back slope that ran down towards Raz's neighbor's horse pasture. We set timers on our phones to give the hiders enough time to hide, and us enough time to hide our eggs. Once 10 minutes passed, the game had officially begun. I should also mention that the sun had already gone down, but it wasn't completely dark out yet. Once the timer went off, we all split up.
Yeah, you can tell this is AI generated, because why the fuck does anybody need that many chairs? Like lawn chairs? And it doesn't look like they can fit that many people inside that house, so yeah.
To cover more ground. I veered left into a thicker patch of trees while Raz and Chuck went the other way. I kept my hand over my flashlight,
time?
just skimming the ground every few steps so that I wouldn't trip, but I mostly relied on the moonlight to see. The game was way more fun when you actually felt like you were sneaking around. And besides, if one of the hiders saw a flashlight
It's probably how a lot of burglars feel too.
beam coming toward them, they just book it. A few minutes in, I thought I saw something move 20 or 30 feet in front of me. At first, I couldn't tell if I was imagining it, but then I saw it again. I instantly turned my flashlight
they got
off and
video.
froze in place. Someone was crouching behind a tree up ahead.
Nope.
Whoever it was must not have seen me, otherwise they'd definitely have run off. They weren't moving, like they were trying to stay perfectly still. My first guess was that it was Race. He always picked spots close to the Seekers, thinking no one would expect it. I decided to try to get the jump on him. I crouched down a bit myself and started moving slowly, trying to circle around behind him. When I got close enough, I sprang forward and lunged at whoever was crouching there, tapping him hard on the shoulder and yelling, "Gotcha!" But the second he turned around, I felt a wave of fear wash over me.
Yeah, because you realized it was like
Wasn't
a 7-foot-tall, bearded man.
any of my friends. It was a grown man with slicked back hair and these wide open eyes.
Oh, boy.
Like he was on drugs.
Yep,
His
crackhead.
clothes were all torn up and he smelled awful. I was so taken aback that I didn't even realize what was going on. Before I could react, he tackled me to the ground.
Oh, my... Okay, shit's getting real. Shit got real fast. Tackled him to the ground. Oh, boy, how did you get out of this one?
I screamed as I hit the dirt, but before I could yell out again, his hands were around my throat. He was
Oh my
pressing
God.
down with all his weight, and in that moment, I honestly thought my life was over. I couldn't breathe, and I didn't have the strength to overpower him from that position. And then, out of nowhere, he stopped. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a flashlight beam bouncing off the trees somewhere behind us. One of my friends must have been running towards us. The guy must have seen the light too, because he jumped off without saying a word and straight up ran into the woods, disappearing almost immediately. I just laid there, gasping for air, still too stunned to move. A few seconds later, Chuck reached me, helped me up, and said he saw the whole thing. I wanted to chase after that guy, but Chuck told me that was an awful idea.
Yeah. Fucking stupid, idiotic idea. Okay, these are clearly kids, right? They're playing Easter games. And you wanted to chase down a drug-addicted, fully grown man after he just took you to the ground and started strangling you? Yeah, great idea. Oh my God, dude. No, you head your ass back out to your house and you lock the doors and you call 911. That's what any rational person would do. That's why you have a parent, because a parent would say, "No, get your ass back in the house. We're calling the cops." I ain't going after that guy. He's clearly on something.
So the two of us instead ran back towards the house. Chuck called the rest of the crew and told everyone to go back to Raz's
On top of that, it's in the pitch black of night.
house immediately. Once we all reconvened, I told everyone what happened. After Chuck filled in the rest of the gaps, everyone started talking over each other. But then, Arthur said something that shut all of us up. He said that before the game even started, meaning before the initial 10 minutes were up, he saw two people walking through the trees near where he was hiding. He said they were moving slowly, like they were scouting or waiting for something, and he'd actually gotten pissed at the time because he thought it was two of the Seekers teaming up and breaking the rules. That's when me, Chuck, and Raz all looked at each other and immediately shook our heads. None of us had been walking together, and there was no way we could have gotten all the way to their side in such a short time frame anyway.
You have a non-favored solution? What's that? Chuck Norris saves the day. I was thinking about Chuck Norris, actually, when I heard the name Chuck. What's your idea, Hart? What would you have done in this situation? Firearm? Is it? People knowing the parents are away and casing the house. It's very possible. Though, more than likely... Oh, it's a filter idea that YouTube likes to censor. Gotcha. But, it's possible, but they sounded like, apparently the guy was on drugs. And I could see that. Maybe bath salts or, you know, crack or whatever. Like, he could have been on something insanely next level. So it wouldn't have mattered. Like, I don't think it was anybody that was aware. I think it was somebody who probably went out to the woods, probably took drugs, and was having an episode.
The realization hit us all at once. If it wasn't any of us, then there were at least 3 other people out in those woods that night. 1 who attacked me, and 2 more who were moving around before the game had even started. In that moment,
where are the other ones?
I realized how smart I had been for listening to Chuck and not chasing after my attacker. He might have saved me from walking headfirst into an ambush. I told everyone we needed to call the cops. I mean, I had literally been attacked. But the second I said it, Raz cut me off. He got weirdly serious and said, "No, we're not calling anyone." I asked him what in the world he was talking about, and he said he was technically grounded, and beyond that, he wasn't allowed to host anyone while his...
Yeah, because, you know, mommy and daddy being a little upset with me is not as bad as being strangled to death by a bunch of drug addicts out in the middle of the woods. Raz is a dumbass. Raz is 110% a fucking dumbass. Well, I'm grounded, so they're gonna get mad at me knowing we were outside playing. And? Who cares? Who fucking cares? I think they're gonna understand. I think they're gonna be more happy that you're okay instead of, oh my God, dude.
Parents were out of town, so involving the cops would get him in serious hot water. I told him this was a serious situation and worth involving the police, but he didn't budge.
You know what you do at that point, Chuck? I think it's Chuck. You call them anyways. Yeah. One of you was just about strangled to death.
The rest of the guys were kind of stuck in the middle. No one wanted to put Raz in a bad spot with his parents.
Fucking
I could tell that
stupid.
they were all having a hard time just pretending that the whole thing didn't happen. Eventually, I caved and agreed to not call the police and try to just enjoy the rest of the night.
How?
I was serious.
How? One of you was nearly strangled. How do you enjoy the rest of the night after that, dude? This story is 110% fake. There is no way in hell. There's no way in hell you didn't call somebody. There ain't no way, dude.
Seriously shaken. I ended up going to bed early that night and left Raz's house the next morning before anyone else was awake. This might surprise some of you, but I actually wasn't too affected by this experience.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm very much of the mentality that things happen and people have to move on, so that's what I did. Anyway, about a week after everything went down, Raz told us all that he felt bad just leaving those Easter eggs out in the woods, so he had gone to collect them even though he was scared out of his mind. We all got a good laugh out of that, but his comment made me think back to that night and contemplate my life a little. I have no idea what those men were doing in those woods that night, but I can confidently say that I won't be spending the night at Raz's place anytime soon. Anyway, I'm at college now, and I'm far, far away from Raz's backyard, but being as Easter is coming up next month, I got reminded of this story.
God, that was so stupid. That was so stupid. It started out creepy, got really stupid. Things happen. Yeah. Not everybody has an opportunity to be almost killed by a drug addict. It doesn't just happen all the time. You're a kid. You get almost, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And if it was real, man, those are the stupidest fucking kids. Hellcat Steve 05. Let's hear it.
Every Easter, my entire extended family takes the trip out to my
Every
Uncle
Easter.
John's house, who lives way out in the sticks. This past year was no different. Uncle John lives in a huge house that sits on a wide open stretch of land, which is surrounded by woods on all sides. Even though I've been there before, many times actually, I've never actually wandered out in the woods behind his house before. I'm not much of a nature person, so I've never had much of an interest in the outdoors. I was dreading the trip, to tell you the truth. I've never really related much to that side of my family. They're all super outdoorsy, into hunting and fishing and stuff like that, and most of them have lived in the same place their whole lives.
Thank you for the donation, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the $20. Let me go ahead and heart that really quick. Thank you.
Time I'm around them, I feel kind of like the odd one out.
I appreciate
it. On top of that, most of my cousins are way older than me, like already married with kids or working on some kind of farm. The only one even remotely close to my age is Kevin. He's a couple years older than me, and actually pretty chill. We always end up sticking together during these family trips just by default. He knows I don't really fit in with the rest of them, so he's usually good about keeping me company without making it weird. Anyway, we made the drive to Uncle John's late Friday night. I'm an only child, so it was just my parents and I in the car.
I don't know why when he said that he wasn't big into nature, I just felt potentially he might have been an only child. I don't know why. That just... Because when you have siblings, it's easier to be involved with nature and go outside and go camping and stuff and just have fun outdoors because you have someone to play with. But if you're an only child, you know, what's the point? You just stay inside all the time. So, yeah.
Exhausted from the drive, so I went to bed almost immediately. The next morning, Kevin and I spent a couple hours in Uncle John's basement playing pool table. Neither of us was any good, but it was better than sitting around upstairs. The house was already packed with relatives by then. You know what the usual holiday chaos is like. We mostly stayed downstairs.
I unfortunately do.
Avoiding it all. There wasn't a TV down there, so Kevin played some music off his phone, and the two of us talked about some dumb family drama, not even worth mentioning here.
Why?
While we played, Kevin kept going on about the woods behind Uncle John's house. He said they stretched out for miles, and that hardly anyone ever went far enough to see the cool stuff out there. He talked about how magical it felt and how beautiful the isolation was. I mostly just nodded along. Nature talk wasn't really my thing, but he clearly loved it. I'm not sure how, but later that day, Kevin convinced me to go on a nature walk with him. Like I said, I'm not a nature person by any means, but I was quite literally dying of boredom, which is probably why I agreed to tag along. We obviously told Uncle John where we were going. He's a really nice guy and always lets us younger people do what we want, a mentality I wish my own parents shared. Kevin took the lead once we got outside, cutting across the backyard and into the tree line like he'd done it 100 times before, which, knowing him, he probably had. The woods were thick.
Honestly, I would love to have this shit in my backyard. Sad that, you know, don't. Maybe I should just grow a bunch of trees and then make my own.
But not totally wild. There was a kind of natural path that Kevin was following. It wasn't late in the day, so I wasn't super worried about the sun setting. But the deeper we went, the more I started to wonder how we were going to find our way back. After about 20 minutes of walking, I asked Kevin if he was sure he knew where we were, and he just laughed. He told me he knew these woods like the back of his hand.
I don't know why, but I feel like this is going to be like a giant practical prank on his cousin. You know, saying like, yeah, oh yeah, no, I know where we're going, and then, oh shit, sorry, bud. Yep, we're fucked. We're stuck.
He'd been exploring them since he was a kid. We'd been walking for maybe another 20 minutes when we both stopped at the same time.
It's like the Blair Witch Project.
From somewhere up ahead, we heard this loud thunk, like something heavy slamming into wood.
Bigfoot.
It didn't sound like an animal or someone stepping on a branch. It was reoccurring, like a pause, then another hit, then another pause and another hit.
The T-Rex from Jurassic Park?
It sounded like a hammer or mallet being driven against a tree. That's the best way I can describe it. Kevin looked at me, and I could tell he was trying to figure it out too. That sound didn't sound too close, but it was loud enough to be clear. He told me it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that a hunter was wandering around in there, but even so, he definitely looked a little startled. Eventually, the sound stopped. I asked if he wanted to turn back, but he shook his head.
No.
I could tell he was curious now, and I'll admit, I was kind of too.
But you ever heard the term curiosity killed the cat? Most of the time, when you get too curious about something that you're unsure of, guess what's gonna fucking happen? Something that you're probably not gonna want to be involved with.
So we kept walking the direction we thought the sound had come from, both on high alert. We'd only been walking for a few more minutes when Kevin suddenly stopped and held his arm out in front of me.
Nope.
I froze, thinking maybe he'd seen someone in front of us.
Nope.
But then he pointed up into the trees. At first, I didn't understand what I was seeing, but then it hit me. There were 3 upside-down crosses nailed into 3 adjacent trees,
dude.
way higher up than anyone could have reached without a ladder. Easily 15, maybe 20 feet off the ground. Before we could even turn to leave,
Oh, no.
I saw movement out of the corner of my eye. I whipped my head around, and to my horror, there was a person standing there. He was dressed like a lumberjack, with a thick beard and a very dark stare. Kevin stepped in front of me, partially shielding me from the guy's view. He stared at me specifically and said, "You shouldn't be here." Kevin immediately apologized to the guy and told him we were just leaving, which is actually what we did. That guy didn't move as we left. He just stared us down as we walked back the way we had come. I could feel my hands shaking.
Oh, is that it? Please tell me that's not how the story ends. It's just a guy. Well, I mean, that actually does kind of feel real, though. Like, it wasn't over the top or anything. So if this is where it ends, I mean,
We walked back the whole way in silence, and I've never experienced a more tense moment in my life. The two of us kept turning around, trying to make sure we weren't being followed, but there was no way to tell for sure. When we finally made it back to the house, we told Uncle John first thing. Like I said, he's a friendly guy and he knows all his neighbors, so I got a sick feeling in my stomach when he said no one he knew matched our description of the guy in the woods. He asked us a bunch of times if we had been followed, and we told him no. There wasn't much else for any of us to do. Someone floated the idea of arming up and sweeping the woods, but Uncle John wanted to avoid confrontation and didn't want to lead anyone to his house. So Kevin and I went back downstairs to chill, and the rest of our relatives went back to whatever they'd been doing, likely planning for the Easter festivities. That whole encounter messed with my head way more than I let on. I ended up going to bed pretty early that night, just to get my mind off
Oh,
of it.
no, it's not over.
But because of that, I woke up way earlier than usual. Like, way earlier.
The son of a bitch is gonna be outside his house.
Checked my phone and saw that it was just after 5 a.m. The sun had just barely started poking over the horizon, but it was still mostly dark out.
Is he in the window?
I tried to go back to sleep, but I couldn't. So I just decided to get an early start to my day. Uncle John has a study on the 3rd floor of his house, so I decided to go up there and see if there were any interesting books to read. Uncle John's study has this big old window that overlooks the entire backyard. As I walked past it, something caught my eye.
Oh, God, it's him.
There was a very faint, flickering glow coming from the edge of the woods. It looked like the pulsing light of a small fire, not a flashlight or anything that bright. I stood there for a good 30 seconds just staring at it, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. Curiosity got the better of me, and I needed to know what I was looking at. So I went downstairs and stepped out onto the back.
Why? Oh, God, dude, no. I didn't think he was actually going to go outside. He's not an outdoor person, but he's going outside.
Deck. When I realized what I was looking at, I had to literally fight back a scream. There were at least 3 figures standing just past the edge of the woods, each holding a small torch. They weren't walking or moving around. They were just standing there, facing the house.
Oh, my God.
Facing me. I ran straight to Uncle John's room and woke him up, telling him what I saw. Without any questions, he grabbed his rifle, threw on a pair of pants, and told me to stay inside.
I'll take care of this.
He marched out onto the back deck and scanned the yard while I watched for the doorway.
No one's there, right?
By that time, though, those people had retreated back into the woods. Without hesitation, he aimed his rifle up into the air and fired it 3 times.
Dude.
I woke up the whole house, and the next 20 minutes or so was complete chaos. I'll just tell you that I can't think of a worse way to spend an Easter morning.
Dude.
The whole holiday was kind of ruined after that, and everyone was on edge for the entire day. Eventually, it came time for my parents and I to leave, and I can't say I was upset about it. This was like 9 months ago, and Uncle John has since told us that he hasn't seen or experienced anything strange. Still though, I would hate to be living in that house.
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to fuck with that, especially if the guy has a rifle. No, it doesn't matter how, how much you want to sacrifice somebody. You're not going to go near a guy with a gun. Yeah. Crazy.
Knowing there are psychos lurking somewhere nearby.
A little cult.
I'll send an update should Uncle John tell us anything of note.
Yeah, I'm sure they wanted none of that smoke right there. That was a given. Nope, they don't want that smoke. I wonder what they were thinking, though. Coming up to, trying to come over to or druggies. I don't know. It feels like a cult thing because they had upside down crosses. I would say probably a cult, if anything. It could be drug addicted cult members. Who knows? But wow. Gym horror stories. Oh, that should be fun. I do enjoy me a good bit of Mr. Nightmare. 3 disturbing hunting horror stories. Craigslist stories. Craigslist is freaky. Police horror stories. Police body cam footages are crazy. Parkour chase. Oh, yep. He's going. Do a jump. Oh! Fuck, dude. He went for it. Nope. You got to do the wrong kind of cop. Dude, he is on it. Open the door. Does he actually catch him? Yep. Yep. And he gave up. He's like, all right, you got me.
Put your other hand behind your back. You gotta grab it.
Wow. Doesn't it a little bit shaking a spray can? Officer runs through fence to catch fleeing suspect in foot pursuit.
And we're in pursuit. We're going eastbound from Janeway on 12.
You got AutoZone there.
Okay, they're about to crash out.
Yep.
They just crashed out. Single vehicle.
Yeah, he did.
12th Street. About to run down
There he goes.
Northbound.
Yeah! Oh! Did he actually get him with a taser? Sorry, fence.
He's going westbound.
No, he didn't get him. Okay. That was the funniest shit. The guy fucking crawls his way through it. The other guy's like, fuck this fence, and just breaks it down. Let's go back to that again. Let's see that again.
He's going westbound. Westbound.
Here he comes. No, they gave us the, okay, POV.
Get the back out. Get on the ground.
Ooh.
Don't move.
Ooh. Gosh dang.
Get on the ground.
Ah, jumps on him.
Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Put your hand on your back. Down.
Oh my God, did the officer actually get shot with the taser? And that's why he was like, don't hit it? Wait, what was that in his ass? Did you see that?
Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Put your hand on your back. Down.
Oh, it's a flower. Has to be. For a second, I thought there was a nail sticking out of his ass, like he got a nail from trying to climb the fence or something. Wow, that was crazy. Dude, I love that moment, though, where he just breaks right through the fence.
On foot. West got on foot.
This is one... Guy in the window probably like... Oh, my God. Oh, if that was the taser probe, dude, that would be I would be done right there. I'd be like, yeah, please don't press that. Wow. Loved how he just busted that thing down, though. That was fantastic. Oh, we're starting off strong.
On August
sped up,
2nd,
dude.
2022, police officers in Milwaukee, Wisconsin were on a routine patrol when, according to dispatch audio, they tried to stop a vehicle related to a shooting. The vehicle reportedly had one driver and one passenger. The incident quickly escalates into a high-speed chase through a neighborhood park and features two very fit officers who never give up.
They never gave up. Not once. School bus.
7250 for the year. Westbound on left from 38th Street to Black Hyundai Sonata. 24 RES.
Dude.
Speeds are approximately 64 miles per hour.
There he goes. Off-road a little bit, maybe? Yep. Nope, not yet. There he goes. There he goes, off-road.
Sherman Park. This was a Black Hyundai Sonata for RES. Speeds are approximately 40 miles per hour. Still going.
Looks like a park, so we gotta be careful.
It's now going south on Grant from Sherman. Speeds are approximately 30 miles per hour to the right.
How long is this chase? Okay, we're gonna be here for a few minutes. Can you guys hear me over the video, by the way? Let me know if you guys can hear me over the video. Because that would be horrible if I was talking that entire time and you could not hear a single thing I was saying. Yo, there's one where police chase old man on a lawnmower. Oh, I feel like I've seen that one. Okay, you guys hear me good? Trick maneuver, going around. These cars suck. He sounds like that gamer who's blaming it on the controller when they're losing. This controller sucks. It's making me lose. I can't focus.
Now going southbound runway traffic, 144th from City. This one will be a Black Hyundai Sonata, reason looking for already and shooting. First near the plates are Adam Franklin. 135.
Oh, looks like a school. Here we go.
Stop, police!
Foot chase.
One officer pursues one suspect, while a second officer simultaneously pursues the other
Oh,
suspect.
there's two of them. They both took off in different directions. Gotcha. Could you imagine being home and all of a sudden hearing somebody run past your window, and then you see like two officers chasing after him? Climb! That's crazy. All right.
Stop, police!
Holy shit. That yard needs mowed. That one needs mowed.
Stop, police! He's come back to the yard. He's come back to the yard. Turn around. Turn around.
Busted.
7250. We got one in custody. Lay your ass down.
Hey, here's the black male looked like he was back east from 44th Clark.
Got the right person behind you today, boss.
Oh man.
You're out there, so I've worn a shirt before.
Get up.
He did jump. He was on it, man. He was going.
You got it, boss.
Someone passed in the area. Where you guys at?
Okay. Okay. He I can respect somebody who realizes they were at they lost. They were like, okay, I'm done. Yep, nope, not outrunning this guy.
There was a black male with a fro, with a white t-shirt and a white beater, who's still really easing out through the houses.
While the suspected driver of the vehicle is apprehended,
Look at that
the
car, man. I
passenger
want
is
that.
still on the loose as the second officer continues searching.
Hey, you said he's a light skin black male with a white t-shirt?
No,
That's
sir.
the worst. Like, hopefully that's just a family get together, because imagine having that many cars parked like that, and you have to wait to go to work by waking up every single one of your family members to get their cars out first so you can get out so you can go to work. Imagine that. Imagine if that's how they had to do it.
Second officer continues searching.
Hey, you said he's a light skin black male with a white t-shirt?
No shirt anymore. He has an afro.
Oh, you were fast one, huh? Yeah, I like that. I know. Trying to go right now. Yeah, I know.
UTTG.
Yeah, all the way. You got to move like that, did you? I know.
So did you guys with the car? 7235, not with the car.
Didn't expect it, did you?
These legs work, don't they? Oh, yeah, they move. I know they move. Those are nice. You got some feet on you. I like that. I know. Right up to your face. You pretty fast, too. Right up to your face. You pretty fast. I play football. Huh? I play football. That's good. I'm fast.
77 North 44.
I play football. That's good, but I'm faster. Damn. Dude, I'm sure all that equipment is pretty heavy, too, so, you know.
You saw it. I know.
I know what I did.
Behind you. You right? Wrong one.
6 minutes left.
You was quick. I give you that. I'm just a little quicker. I can move my feet a lot more. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm move my feet some more. Just say that.
Hey, give your location for where you got him in custody at.
I like that back and forth. That's kind of funny. I was just faster. That's all it was to it.
Somewhere between these yards.
Oh, my God. Oh, dude, that thing is wrecked. Oh, my God. They fucked that car up big time. No wonder why they had to get out and start running.
What's that next street? Over.
I don't continue, man. Call it out.
That's done.
35 W's on 45th and Montague. All right, 69 45th and Montague.
Who's ever right there, south of Clark? It's right here. No shirt on.
No, there he goes. That was fast. I was paying attention to my chat. I'm not focused.
What street are you on?
What?
Let me figure it out.
Sweetheart.
4-5, we're in 4-5.
Yeah, I saw you take your beater off, man.
What beater? I had a shirt on. I was with her.
Yeah, you wasn't.
I got to put my shit on.
Stop moving. All right, stop moving. Stop.
Hold on.
I saw you
You got the wrong place in. You got the wrong place. You got the wrong place in. You got the wrong place in. Behind your back. No. You got the wrong. Put your hands behind your back. No. Let me go. Both your hands.
So he was...
Immediately upon discovery of the second suspect being captured, the first suspect has quite the reaction.
2533 North 44.
They got warrior. He fucking run like a bitch with his light skin eyes.
12 minutes affirmative.
That nigga run like a bitch.
We don't.
Yes,
I saw you walk through the yard, take the shirt off, dude. It's your... And that's why you have a bracelet on. I saw you.
This is
Look at the shoes.
That's not. I was with her.
No, you didn't. Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, you're under.
It's not even me.
It's up for sure.
Wow.
Now we're not right here. We're not right here.
Okay.
Boss, ask him.
No, you wasn't.
I don't have no type of tool or nothing. It's still a car with you.
Look at your pants, dude.
We're hurt.
We're going through the bushes. Come on, dude. Come on, stop it. Okay, yeah, he ditched the beater back here somewhere. But that was him. That's him.
Oh, he actually ditched it.
1%.
The first suspect was charged with one count of fleeing an officer with a vehicle
And now the second one, he tried to lie his way out of it. So that's going to be another charge.
and one count of second-degree recklessly endangering safety. This particular suspect was involved in an entirely separate police chase 5 months prior to this incident, and was in the middle of serving their 2 years of probation during this footage. For this case, he pled and was found guilty of fleeing an officer with a vehicle. For this, he was sentenced to 6 months in a house of correction, which would run concurrently with his 2 years of probation from his previous record. As a convicted felon, it was determined he may never legally possess a firearm again. For this case, no charges were brought related to a shooting. As for the passenger of the vehicle, he is presumed innocent of any wrongdoing until he is convicted guilty in a court of law.
Oh!
to say silent. Yeah, I know my laws.
I wonder what happened with that, though. Did it say he was 12?
The first suspect was charged with 1 count of fleeing an officer.
Okay, they didn't say, okay. I mean, he looks extremely young. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like 16, 15, maybe. I mean, he looks really young, so it's hard to tell. That was 2022. I wonder what happened, though, with the other guy. They said he was innocent until proven guilty, so who knows, but apparently they found the beater and everything kind of thrown on the ground, and the guy had, you know, the white shirt in his hand. So that's the description of what the person looked like when he was trying to make a run for it. So, yeah. That was crazy. Oh, that's going to be crazy right there. Somebody pulled a saw. Oh my god, dude. These ones are probably going to be actual, like, them getting shot and killed. Or sorry, unalived. My apologies. Shot and unalived. All 3 of them are dead. Oh, that's going to be some crazy. Shootout. Oh, shit. When cops have to arrest their bosses.
Cops have to arrest all different types of people. However, what happens when it's a cop's own boss that he has to put in handcuffs?
There's things that we can do to fix this, but
Here are 4 examples of this incredibly rare situation, starting with the case of Michael Yarbrough. On June 20th, 2023, a Georgia police officer pulled over a Dodge Charger that was going way over the...
Now, situations like this, I've noticed that a lot of police officers, especially like bosses, people who are in charge of these stations, they act extremely cocky. And they think because they're in charge, they can get away with what they want. But normally, most of the time, their own deputies arrest them regardless.
A 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. However, when he
96
walked
miles
up to the
per hour.
window, he got a huge surprise.
Really? Yeah.
The man behind the wheel was Chief Deputy of the local PD, Michael
man.
Yarbrough. Not the person this officer expected to pull over. But in reality, this changes nothing, and the officer asks Yarbrough to give over his license and registration, something he's not pleased with at all.
Well, don't break the law.
Guess who I just pulled over?
Who?
Yarborough.
Really?
Yeah, the chief deputy driving a Dodge Charger, a souped-up Dodge Charger belongs to the sheriff's office. I just clocked this at 96 in a 35.
What was the issue? I mean, why is he speeding?
No reason. He's in an unmarked car. He just got a high horsepower car and decided he wanted to play.
It's your traffic stop. You do what you think you should do.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not telling you one way or the other. You can do a 96 and a 35.
Okay. Well, you know I don't care for him, so I'm gonna write it.
That's right. It's the one fucking employee that he was probably like, not this guy. Not this guy. He's going to give me the fucking... I'm busted. 96 and a 35 is crazy stupid.
If body cams weren't around, this stop could have gone a totally different
Yes.
way. But it seems like this officer isn't the biggest fan of Yarbrough and decides to issue him a citation for speeding. For some, handing your boss a $500 fine is a dream come true, and it looks like it's the same way for this officer.
Sir, here's your ID back. This is your copy of the citation. If you would sign right here. It's got a court date, time it's a must appear. Yes, sir. Please slow down and have a safe day.
In Georgia, speeding
At least he was actually, you know, accepting it for what it was. Some of them would have given you attitude. Some of them would have argued back like, you know, you realize I'm the boss, right? Like, you really going to do this? No, at least he was like, yes, sir. Yep. All right. He knew he got busted. He knew he got caught. And the fact that there was another officer in the car with him.
Tickets are priced based on how much you're exceeding the speed limit. For example, if you're over 24 miles an hour over, you're looking at $500 in fines. However, there's an extra super speeder charge you're liable to if you're going as fast as
extra
Yarbrough
200, it looks like.
But it looks like this officer decided to mess with his boss even more, as this ticket excluded the extra fee, but instead required him to appear in court. After the incident, Yarbrough was also suspended for 40 hours without pay. However, that's just a fraction of what Corporal Scott Bertzik was hit with after crashing his car while drunk.
Oh, that's that's pretty fucking serious.
Lighter, slammed into his ass.
Cool.
Yeah, not really.
Not really. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Your car's fucked up.
No, absolutely. Which I just fucking fixed.
Obviously, Brooke and Scott are familiar with each other, and curiously, Scott holds nothing back when describing exactly how the incident went down.
Oh, that's his excuse? Reached for my lighter and slammed into them? Though he was probably just drunk and couldn't think or see straight.
It's clear that Scott is the one at fault here, so before going any further, Brooke decides to call back to the base to ask whether or not it's okay for her to be handling this incident.
This crash, Birdie, so come work it? Okay. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've worked a crash with one of us in it, so... No, he's not on duty. He's in his POV. I just didn't want there to be any, like, conflict of interest type issues. All right, that was it. I just want to make sure. All right, bye. Damn it, Birdie.
Brooke is given the go-ahead and told that there should be no issues with her handling this case, but that was before she noticed this.
You good?
Wait.
Huh?
Wait on his way.
He's not coming. Good?
Walking home, but yep, I'm good.
So, Birdie, you giving me some indicators?
Oh.
Listen.
Get the woman.
Listen, Valdez is coming out just to... I'm not going to lie to you about it.
She's on her way?
Yeah, she's on her way. I'm not really comfortable with this whole thing at all, but I'm not going to lie to you about it.
Oh, no. I don't mean to put you in that Indy. Yep.
From now on,
Yep.
you know
You drunk. You are drunk. I can just tell.
how it goes. You can't consume anything, okay? Because right now you're being detained.
Wait, what?
It's obvious
There
that
it is.
Scott is under the influence of something, judging by his slurred speech, slowed reactions, and slight loss of motor control. Brooke is fairly sure he's been drinking. At this point, Scott is no longer her supervisor. He's just a suspect in a case, and what's more, he's drunk and likely unpredictable, a combination which can be incredibly threatening to a female officer.
Please don't make my life difficult.
I would never do that to you.
Okay, I'm very uncomfortable right now.
And I apologize for putting you in that position. Are you on?
Yes, I am. And I'm going to remain on for integrity.
God, that's it. That's when it becomes a little intense right there, is when he asks, are you on? Do you have your camera turned on? Probably wanted to say something or, yeah. Yep.
You know you can't smoke right now.
Why?
Because if I'm going to do a DUI investigation, it impedes it, so you can't consume anything. I want to get that dog. This is a really cute dog.
Fear aggression issue.
You can always train a dog. You can't consume anything.
He is.
Killing me.
I'm trying.
But too late now.
After a short wait, another officer
Did
arrives at the
he just call her good girl?
scene, meaning
Yep,
they
this
can
is bad.
finally start getting to the bottom of all of this with some sobriety tests. These lasted over 10 minutes, but it's not hard to tell how they went by just looking at a few seconds of them.
You may begin the test.
1, 2,
Nope.
3.
Nope.
Judging by this and
Nope,
the
you're done.
overwhelming amounts of evidence against
You
him at
are
this point,
done.
the officers thought it was safe to conclude that Scott had been drinking that night and decided it was time to put him in cuffs. Something he was far from happy about.
There's
Great.
things that we can do to fix this, but
No, man.
It's got the hinge locks.
Okay. So, good to go?
Despite Scott being one of the most polite and respectful suspects ever on this channel, he was actually hit with a better sentence than the majority of criminal cops. After blowing a .156 back at the station, he was charged with driving under the influence and damaging property. He was ordered to pay just under $1,000 in fines, serve 50 hours of community service, and take multiple substance abuse and DUI classes, and had his driver's license suspended for 6 months. He was also sued by the driver of the vehicle he hit, and a cash settlement was reached. And on top of all of that, he also was suspended without pay for a week and given a last chance agreement, meaning one more slip up and he was out for good. Realistically, that's exactly how one of these cases should be handled.
Yeah.
But when New Mexico police were put in the same position, they
Oh, fuck the mayor, man. A situation with the mayor, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, he seems like he got a lot of punishment for what he did, drinking and driving. Seemed like it was like a list of shit that he had to deal with. Even being sued by the person he hit, too. Which, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Wow.
Instead showed just how corrupt America's cops can be.
I'm not going to arrest you tonight. If you had any, I just say don't drive.
This cop pulled over a truck in Lordsburg after suspecting the driver may have been drinking. However, after walking up to the window, he was hit with a wave of shock and disappointment.
Hello. Linda. The reason I pulled you over because you were kind of swerving back there. You're good?
The driver was the city's mayor, and this was the
And has her
third time
kid.
she's been pulled over for this exact offense.
Did he just say the third time?
Over because you were kind of swerving back there. You're good?
The driver was the city's mayor, and this was the third time she's been pulled over for this exact offense.
It said he pleaded not guilty? Is that what it said? He pleaded not guilty? I mean, he should have been guilty. It was all there. That's crazy.
And what's worse, she was driving like this with her foster child in the car.
You have your registration and your insurance, please? You okay, bud? Yeah?
We're all good. Just be quiet.
The cops are now in an extremely
Just be
awkward
quiet.
position, but after a short chat, they decide that they should proceed with the stop normally and do their jobs, at least for now.
Hey, Glenda, do you mind stepping out of the vehicle? Will we go over if you pick her up on my unit real quick? How much have you had?
3 or 4?
3 or 4? Okay.
As Glenda exited the vehicle, both of the officers noticed a strong smell of alcohol on her, and she quickly admitted to having a few drinks that night. Her slow speech and movement implies that she's definitely over the legal limit to drive. But this is the third time she's been pulled over for driving drunk. Will this really be the time she's punished
That's
for it?
saying,
The
like,
third time
at least the third such incident in less than 2 years. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad, especially when you're a mayor.
He's been pulled over for driving drunk. Will this really be the time she's punished for it? This officer certainly thinks there's a chance.
Please, let me just get him home.
Get who?
Ethan.
You know I'm the type of cop who doesn't give breaks, Glenda. Okay?
You're the type of cop that what?
That doesn't give breaks. When I approached the vehicle, I did notice an odor of alcohol coming from alcohol coming from inside the vehicle. When I observed you walk out, you were kind of swerving all over the place, okay? And then right now, you're just, as you're standing, you're kind of swaying side to side. Thing is, you're the mayor, okay? I'm your employee.
It doesn't matter.
I'm your employee. But now that you're standing downwind, I can smell it. Okay?
Well, I'm not denying it.
Yeah, we can smell it on you, and the way you got out of your vehicle, Glenda, it's not good.
As the officer said, Glenda is their boss, so there's clearly a conflict of interest here. So they call up New Mexico State Police to handle it from here. But when the original cops learn of the outcome, they realize they probably could have done a better job themselves.
Uh-oh.
So you're right there at that point. I don't think you're quite over the limit off of the clues that I saw, but I think you're right close to it. Where the limit might be .08, I think you're about a .06.
My house is literally right around the corner.
I'm not going to arrest you tonight, okay? But if you've had any, I just say don't drive.
Somehow, despite all the clues that the first two officers picked up, the state cops decided she wasn't over the limit when they arrived and was therefore free to drive. Now, there's obviously the debate of corruption here, given that she...
That is shit. That is absolute shit. It shouldn't matter. Oh my God. She should have been taking it. She should have been... If it was anybody else, they would have been handcuffed. Yeah, it would have. If it was anybody else, they would have been handcuffed. It would have been over. Kid in the car or not, they would have been handcuffed. I'm not going to arrest you tonight, so, you know, just don't be getting behind the wheel. She was behind the wheel. Who knows how far she was driving until you guys pulled her over.
He's the mayor, but let's take his word as fact for now. The cop decided he thinks Glenda is at a .06 right now, but this was an hour after the initial stop was made. Taking into account that your blood alcohol level drops at a rate of around .015 an hour, Glenda was getting extremely close to the coveted .08 she'd be charged for. You may also be wondering why the cops didn't just use a breathalyzer to test her blood alcohol level immediately. The answer there lies in the Fourth Amendment. Cops have to provide probable cause that a driver is impaired before they're allowed to collect chemical evidence that proves this. That's what the sobriety tests are for. The combination of these two problems is what led to Glenda going home that night instead of to jail, why this is her third time being pulled over for this,
the fact that it's her third time means that maybe we should act at some point. Yeah, that mean the fact that it's her third time being pulled over in less than 2 years. Yeah, we probably should take action at this point because she's not going to learn. She's not going to understand that this is something you can't do. So, like, every time she got away with it, she's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if she did it more times after this.
Probably won't be her last. But unfortunately for this next boss, his employee wasn't so kind when it came to his DUI stop.
Stay in your vehicle.
I've seen this one. I've definitely feel like I've seen this one before.
Get back in your car. I'm drunk?
No. I'm pretty confident he actually asks the officer to turn off his camera so he can say stuff. Yeah, that's how powerful he thinks he is that he has the ability just to have this guy turn off the camera when he himself is breaking the law.
Huh? A what?
Captain.
A what? Don't reach in your pocket. Get back in your car. Have a seat.
I will. I'm not.
You been drinking tonight?
I just got a ride.
Yeah, you're drunk.
Drinking tonight, sir.
Wait.
I'm a captain on the police department.
What police department?
The police department. Turn the camera off. Turn the camera off. Turn it off.
What division?
Investigations.
How much we had to drink tonight, sir? Huh? I'm not turning my camera off.
Okay.
This guy isn't just drunk. He's absolutely hammered. Even to the point
It's like
where he
right
thinks
there. It's like right there when he realized he wasn't going to be cool with him, he's fucked. Even asking him to turn off the camera.
Camera can't hear him whispering. But despite the captain's pleas, the officer refuses to turn off his camera and continues with the investigation.
Go ahead and step out of the vehicle. You gotta be kidding me. How much we drink tonight, sir?
I was at a poker game.
Uh-huh. Because you were swerving all over when you turn off here, you didn't use your signal.
I'm sorry.
How much did you drink at your poker game?
Not much.
Not much? How much is not much?
I don't know.
Beer?
I don't know. Quite a bit.
How many beers?
3 or 4.
3 or
Doubtful.
4? How long ago was that?
It's been going on a while.
How long ago did you drink your last beer, sir?
What time is it now?
It's 0140.
Midnight.
You think you should drive it?
No, but I came from 4 blocks.
And your mom lives here.
I live here.
You live here?
Yes.
Come over to the rear of your vehicle. Okay. You got any weapons or anything on you?
I do not, sir.
Those must have been a strong few beers, as not only was he stumbling over his words, but apparently also swerving across both lanes on his way home. The captain is then searched and told to stand in the open where he's tested on his balance and sobriety.
Hands down by your side, please. Look straight ahead. You see the tip of my pin, sir?
I do.
I want you to follow the tip of my pin without moving your head, okay?
He is so wasted, though, you can tell. He's so drunk.
Come over here where it's a little bit more level. I'm going to demonstrate for you first. While I'm demonstrating, I want you to stand with your feet together, hands down by your side, just like this. All right, sir? What's your name?
Matt French.
Matt French. Mr. French, stand just like that for me. When I tell you to begin, okay, I'm just going to demonstrate for you first. I want you to pick a foot of your choosing. It doesn't matter if it's your left or your right foot.
I'm familiar.
And I want you
I think he said I'm familiar.
to lift it approximately 6 inches off the ground. And while you look at your toe, I want you to count by 1,000. It's 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005, so on and so forth until I tell you to stop. At any point in time you lose your balance or your foot touches the ground, just go ahead and pick your foot back up and continue to count, okay? Do you understand these instructions I've explained to you, Mr. French? You may begin.
1,000.
That's it. You're done. You're done. Within the first step, you're done. He's definitely had more, yeah, than just the amount he said he had. There's no way in hell. He can't do it.
Keep going.
Turn that off.
I cannot, sir.
Please.
I know you're aware of our body cam policy. You know I cannot turn off this body cam.
I do, but I'd like to talk to you.
I can't do that, sir.
Please.
No.
Are you going to do the test or not?
Will you please talk to me?
I'll talk to you once we're
done. You can turn it off, you can turn it on.
I can turn it off once I'm done with my investigation, sir.
Okay. I'm a captain on this police department.
I understand that, sir.
I get
I am
that.
a sergeant on this police officer, and I've taken an oath to uphold the law. I
Damn.
don't show favoritism.
Damn. Fucking, that's how you should do it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your title is, man. This is my job. You fucked up.
To anyone, regardless. I don't care if you're a gangbanger or the president of the United States.
Sir, I'm not asking you for that.
If I was to treat you differently than I was to treat like some Southside loco or some pedo, how's that look on me?
Okay, I'm not asking for that.
He is.
Because I wouldn't do that for any of them.
Even as the captain begs him to turn his camera off and just talk, the officer stands his ground and states that he has to treat everyone the same or his job and livelihood could be at risk. He's showing a fantastic amount of integrity that unfortunately we don't get to see too often.
Nope. Likely
due to people like this trying to pull rank. They then continue with the third and final test, involving simply walking heel to toe for 10 steps.
Alright, anytime you're ready, you may begin.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Not even doing it right.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Hands
Go
behind
ahead
your back.
Turn around for me. Put your hands behind your back.
Are you gonna arrest me, sir?
Yes, I am.
Can I talk to you?
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back, sir.
Now that the investigation is concluded and the perp is placed under arrest, the officer turns off his
Looks like another officer showed up too. So yeah, he wasn't going to get away with that. No way.
Camera and returns the captain to the police department.
Can I talk to you,
Not
please?
only was he suspended from his position as Oklahoma police captain,
good,
but he was also hit with the regular punishments for DUI, likely amounting to a small fine and a few months in jail. If you enjoy true...
Well, good. I'm glad he lost his job, as he should have. Yeah, the fact that he was even asking him to turn off the camera, it's like, no, it's not gonna, we're not gonna roll with that. When cops have to arrest their family, ever seen those videos where the daughter or son breaks the law and then they think the dad, who's a cop, is gonna like bail them out of the situation? And they're like, nope, you're gonna face criminal charges. You're a criminal right now. When kids send their abusive parents to jail, that's probably extremely satisfying. Oh, that's got to be scary.
Totally cooperating, just relax. Not doing anything, not cooperating. Sir, I will be very cooperative. All right, let's try that, please.
That's not you on the 27th. Food Line parking lot, Traveler's Rest.
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
Where's that? I don't know where that is. Yes, you do.
It's not making sense. So you're the last person to be in a vehicle you wiped out of a lady that's missing.
That sounds really f***ed up.
28 years ago, this man kidnapped a woman and was sentenced to 30 years in prison for it. 3 decades later, 80-year-old Edna Suttles is spotted picking him up in a parking lot. This would be the last time Edna was ever seen alive. Days later, detectives traced Edna's movement and discovered CCTV footage of the same man driving her car.
She's missing right now.
Yes, Dan, where is Edna?
I don't have a clue.
But that's when police found out Edna wasn't the only victim.
If you tell them to turn that off, I'll talk to you a little more freely.
Wow. Wow, we just went through a video where someone was asking someone to turn off the camera too. Like they have the fucking audacity. Like a serial killer has the audacity to ask them to turn off the camera. After what you've done, do you think you can be asking for anything? No. I'm already loving this channel, Dr. Insanity. I'm going to subscribe to this guy right now. Nice. Nice. Actually, I'm going to quickly use the bathroom, guys. If you guys can hold out for a few minutes, wait for me. I'm going to use the bathroom really quick. So, BRB. You couldn't hear that. Sorry, I screamed. Anyways, back to the video. Sorry about that. And by the way, thank you all for hopping on in. We're reacting to shit live, which I actually started doing more of because I'm really enjoying this kind of format, this way of reacting to content. Now I can't stop watching. It's like a marathon. Normally I like stop, like I record, I stop, I record. Might be in the mood, might not be in the mood, but now I have like probably 7 videos that I can just take and cut apart and then post. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Anyways, back to Dr. Insanity. Yep, you can clip and turn that into content later. Very, very true. Doctor!
Sometime around 9 a.m. on August 27th, 80-year-old Edna leaves her home in Traveler's Rest to look after a friend. Hours later, 911 dispatchers receive a concerning call.
Greenville County 911, what's your emergency? A fitter was supposed to show up to be with my mom today. Her name is Edna Subtle.
And then she's not home.
She didn't show up. This is not like her. She shows up like clockwork. So something's wrong.
But this call was only the beginning of a long chain of mysteries.
Welfare check,
As officers
son.
arrived at Edna Suttle's home for a...
So I wonder if, well, let's just continue, because I'm pretty sure they should have a little bit of footage of, like, them going out into the woods. So I'm assuming that this person had probably buried Edna in the woods, and that's when they just started discovering more bodies around the area.
welfare check. Based on these reports, they received no response. There were no signs of a break-in, and Edna was nowhere to be seen. However, when police asked Edna's son, he pointed out that $50,000 worth of jewelry was missing from the home. More importantly, though, her car was missing too. If the cops could find that, they might be able to figure out where she had gone. This meant that finding Edna's vehicle would be the most instrumental step in this investigation, as it would give a clue about her last known whereabouts. Immediately, a hunt for Edna's car began, and 6 days later, it was found abandoned in the parking lot of a hotel in Traveler's Rest. This was odd, as Edna lived close by and didn't need to stay at a hotel. A check with the staff also revealed—
Unless she was there meeting somebody, or had plans with somebody.
That no one under the name of Edna was staying there. So to get to the bottom of this mystery, the cops decided to try and trace back Edna's movement using CCTV cameras starting from her home. At 9:30 a.m., a camera at a nearby pawn shop captures Edna leaving her home and driving towards a local Food Lion grocery store. 9 minutes later,
That's where she
Edna
meets.
arrives at the store to pick something up. A man approaches the vehicle with 2 bags in his hand and sits alongside Edna, who then drives off back to her
Wow.
home. 4 hours later, at 1:43 p.m., Edna's car leaves her home again and arrives at the same Food Lion once more. But this time, the person exiting the driver's seat isn't Edna at all. It's the same old white man she picked up earlier, who immediately moves to his car and parks it next to Edna's. He then drags something out of her car, placing it into his. Initially, it was difficult to identify what the man moved from.
So probably the jewelry that went missing, or the stuff he might have taken from her place.
From the Jeep to the Chevrolet, but after a frame-by-frame analysis, it wasn't a question of what was moved, but who. Because in a chilling discovery, officers would realize the footage showed the unmistakable golden hair of Edna Suttles. 4 minutes later, at 1:47 p.m., the man drives Edna's car into the hotel's parking lot and parks it in the same spot that the detectives found the vehicle in. He exits and begins wiping down the door and seats, trying to get rid of any evidence of his presence. By 2.
So he moved her into his car, then took her vehicle and parked it at the hotel.
.14 p.m., the man returns to his vehicle at Food Lion and drives off,
Oh my
marking
God.
the last that was seen of Edna and the man. The most crucial part of this investigation is to now figure out who exactly the man in the video is.
That's why I was kind of in denial about it, was because it was in broad daylight. There are people literally all around them. And this guy had the actual fucking cojones to do that in broad daylight. That's crazy to me.
To the grainy footage and his distance from most cameras, this proved to be difficult, and the investigation seemed like it would come to a standstill. But detectives had an idea. Since the man exited the store with bags in his hand, a purchase was made, and this realization would be the most crucial breakthrough in the case. Immediately, officers began retrieving footage from inside the store, and when they reviewed it, they came to a harrowing realization. This was Daniel Prince, a man who only 24 years prior to this got put—
Thank God he has like that, I think it's like a birthmark on his face too, that's very distinctive. But yeah.
In a federal prison for kidnapping.
Oh.
24 years prior to this incident, in 1997, Daniel was responsible for the kidnapping of a woman in Michigan. He had her tied up, shackled her hands, and it was by sheer luck that she managed to free herself before escaping. Even though he was sentenced to a maximum of 30 years for this crime, he was released by 2009 on parole.
And went right back into doing his psychotic shit. This is why fucking some people deserve life in prison. Because people don't change. Some people do not change.
The worst was yet to come. Daniel began working as a handyman for predominantly elderly single ladies, a demographic that not only matched his previous victim, but also that of Edna's. For officers, the realization now begins to settle in. They have a kidnapper on the run, and there might be a chance that he has kept Edna alive.
Hello, Brooklyn.
Not knowing where she is, they had to act fast before this glimmer of hope dimmed. Even with this disturbing past, detectives didn't have enough evidence to press strong charges for kidnapping or murder. However, they had established probable cause for grand larceny involving Edna's Jeep. A warrant to arrest Prince and search his property was granted, and officers were quickly dispatched to Prince's residence to take him into custody.
Totally cooperating. Just relax. Not doing anything. Not cooperating. All right, let's go. Stand up on your feet. Stay right there. Yeah. Sir, I will be very cooperative.
Despite the number of heavily armed officers that just descended on Prince's property, he remained noticeably calm and composed, as if he had a plan to escape this predicament.
Even the way he's talking, it almost comes off like a sort of villain from like a movie, like one of those psychotic villains. That's like, you know, I have nothing to hide, so he's going to try to remain as calm as possible, to act as calm as possible. I mean, it seems like he had a plan the entire time if anything were to ever happen. But
was analyzed
he really fucked up in every department. Like, he looks like the most... He did... Like, to be caught on that many cameras, meeting the person, the same place twice, then all of a sudden he's coming back in, like, her vehicle, and then taking her vehicle to the hotel. I mean, like, yeah. It's 110% him. 110%.
By our in-house criminal research specialist and retired detective to shed some light on key techniques and strategies used during the questioning. When he is brought into the interrogation room, the detectives start with a relaxed, friendly conversation, a tactic used to put suspects at ease. They don't want him to know they've caught him on camera just yet.
What do you do now?
I do a lot of home remodeling, home repairs. I lay a lot of tile. I got a customer base that has me doing stuff.
Okay, so why Boston, North Carolina, come all the way down from, say, Michigan or Wisconsin?
Okay, here, this is really easy. I'm originally from the east side of the state of Michigan, but I was in prison in Michigan for a while, and when I paroled to the west side of the state.
Okay. What'd you get locked up for? Because you said you got paroled.
I was locked up for a kidnapping charge.
Okay.
And I did 13.5 years for that.
Oh, wow.
I did 1.5 years for a false statement on a vehicle title. You know, when they're not sure if they're going to make something, they want something to hold you with. So the false statement, that's all that was. The kidnapping, I was doing some bad shit that I shouldn't have been doing, but I shouldn't have gotten kidnapping, but I was doing some bad shit.
What kind of shit? What shit have you gotten?
I really don't want to say.
We're just bullshitting. We're just bullshitting.
Nothing when you're talking to two police detectives in a room. It's just bullshit. Okay, I've been through the system enough to know that. Yeah. All I'm going to say about that is I did my time.
I feel like even like not wanting to answer, then choosing to say nothing at all is as suspicious as not saying something to the officers. We already said that he got on a kidnapping charge, which they already know. But Yeah, he really did. He really did kidnap somebody. So
I made my first prayer, and I haven't been in trouble since.
Hey, and that's great to know.
I was in some bad shit. You know, I was a bad boy, as they said back then. I'm fine now, but yeah, you're kidnapping people and chaining them up to like shit in your house.
A lot of people, especially being what you've been through, they come out and they go right back to it.
Just because he's a convicted criminal doesn't mean he's involved in Edna's disappearance, but the evidence the detectives have paints a different picture altogether from the hard-working, reformed criminal he claimed to be.
I'll talk to you about August 27th, 2021 of this year.
What day of the week was that?
Oh, it was a Friday.
Okay.
Okay, so specifically the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
What, 2 weeks ago? Do you remember where you were at?
Not specifically.
Where do you think you were at?
I've been going all over the place. I've been back and forth to Charlotte. I've been down to South Carolina.
Like, where's your jobs in South Carolina taking you?
Actually, I was down to Traveler's Rest, but I don't know if it was Friday or Thursday. I know I'd been there earlier that week.
But you don't remember which day specifically?
No, it was either Thursday or Friday.
What kind of job were you working on?
I wasn't.
You wasn't?
I wasn't. This lady had talked to me several times. I'd been down to her house 2 or 3 times. We kind of got to be friends. This woman has so many damn problems, mostly her daughter. She would call me and have me come down there.
Okay.
She said she needed to have money at one point in time to help her daughter because her daughter was in jail. Then she needed money another time because she was hiring a private investigator. Because her son-in-law she talked to me all kinds of stuff about it. We got to be pretty good friends about stuff like that.
Okay. How'd you meet her initially?
Years ago.
Okay.
Years ago, it was somebody giving me her name or number, or my name and number.
Here, the detectives are analyzing his behavior and allowing Prince to dig a hole for himself that he's going to struggle to escape from.
Ooh.
When they reveal they know the truth,
All right.
he's going to try and deny his guilt, even when the evidence speaks for itself.
What you're telling us is that's not you on the 27th? Food Line parking lot, Traveler's Rest?
Is he gonna say?
I don't think so.
That's not
Oh
you.
shit!
That's me. Where's that?
Food Line. August.
That's you, but you didn't think the guy with the same exact shirt was you in the car. Man?
27th, 2021, 9:23.
Okay.
32 seconds. Ringing a bell?
Yep. Yeah, I went down to Food Line. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you doing down there then?
Even remembers the name of the store, Food Lion. I've never heard of Food Lion.
Yeah.
She wanted me to look at some stuff at her house.
Okay.
And
Yep, look at him. He's doing a lot because he's nervous. He just stacked the papers. He's putting them back down on the table. So yeah, she wanted me to look at some. Yeah, they're noticing that right away.
picked me up at Food Line because she wanted me with her when
I wonder if he's gonna fix that.
She was gonna go meet some guy for.
Oh, that's the guy you want. The guy that she's gonna go meet. For
private investigator.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us about that.
She wanted me to meet her down there.
Okay.
She was nervous because she says, I'm not sure I trust this guy. And she knows I've been in the military. And she says, will you meet me? She wanted me to see if this guy was going to meet her where he was supposed to meet her.
Do you know where?
There was a hotel.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You mean the same hotel lobby or the same hotel that you took her car and parked it at? Man, this guy is terrible at lying.
That he had finally said, meet me at the hotel.
Ah.
She says, drive up there and see if
Wait, what's the next picture? That's him at the store still. I wonder if they're just going to show him, like, the picture of him at the hotel.
And I drove up there.
Oh, dude.
And things are starting to sound really squirrely to me.
This is a common deflective behavior. Prince is not only trying to deflect suspicion away from himself, he's trying to point suspicion directly at someone else. In this case, the private investigator. According to Prince, Edna wanted to meet the private investigator the day before she was reported missing, even though she didn't feel safe meeting him alone. Luckily, detectives have seen the whole thing on camera, and it completely contradicts everything Prince is saying.
What were you driving? I was driving a blue car.
Your wife's car or your car?
My wife's car.
So that's y'all coming down 25, you and her together?
It could be.
Okay, because that's her car. That's about 1345.
It could be. But yet you remember, you know, the hotel lobby and all of this shit. This guy was a private investigator, but for some reason you can't remember where you were. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the guy's a terrible liar.
On the 27th.
Okay.
So you're
all right,
with
all
me
right,
there?
yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not saying yeah. I'm just saying that could be your.
Yeah, here's a different angle. But I mean, you know, we've watched this car, right?
Okay.
I mean, that's why they tell you might as well tell the truth, because if you're hiding anything, we already know the whole story. So here's this. You were there at that time. Here's this. You're the one who's at the hotel. Here's this. You're the one last seen with her. There's this. It's like, where's the other guy? If he was so frequent in this story, where is he? Why is it only you?
Who's y'all in the hotel parking lot?
Okay.
Yeah? Oh, look. There's y'all.
Oh, look.
Y'all backing in.
Here's more.
Yeah, a couple of different
Now,
copies of it.
show him my favorite one when he's getting out of the car.
Backing in.
Yeah.
Oh, look. You get out. Nobody else gets out.
I told you that.
You're walking around the car.
Yeah.
You wipe the entire car down.
Because I was worried.
You were worried.
That makes no
There's
sense.
you walking across the parking lot in front of Little Caesars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's you getting back into your car and driving away.
Oh, she's with me.
Look, man. You are a good dude. I honestly do believe that you screwed up years and years ago.
Prince seems visibly stunned by the amount of photographic evidence the detective is showing him, and even though it can't be refuted, Prince is going to try and lie his way out of it.
Yeah,
but that's not the only evidence detectives managed to find along.
I agree with that. Yep. Wood chipper. Get rid of him.
Along the way, as there's mud on the wheels of Prince's car, leading detectives to believe he drove off-road to either kill Edna or to dump her body. And this is when we arrive at the pivotal moment where
Okay,
Prince's
let's see it.
story starts to fall apart.
I do enjoy these moments when serial killers, rapists, predators start realizing they're fucked. I enjoy these moments so much. It's fantastic.
Guy, right? Nobody is saying that you're some evil, twisted dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We need to know where it is. We've processed the car. We found the dirt. Where did you go off-road?
I never went.
Where did you leave?
Oh, I can tell you exactly where she and I had gone off-road, please. When we were going from 25 South,
Oh, I could tell you where we went off-road the one time.
there was, off to the right, there was a truck with a trailer and another vehicle there that had a for sale sign on it. And it looked like an older truck. And I needed a work truck. And I went ahead and I pulled in and with her. And then we pulled out. And it was right there on 25.
Even in the face of such overwhelming evidence, Prince still denies any wrongdoing and even tries to take control of the situation. But detectives have him cornered, and he's quickly starting to struggle to maintain his
Stop playing
composure.
games.
Where's right now? Her family is desperately looking for her.
She's missing right now.
Yes, Dan, where is Ed?
I don't have a clue. I dropped her off at her house.
Dan, please listen. You did not drop her off at her house. We have followed that car the entire day up and down 25. There's a number of minutes that are unaccounted for that are not by her house.
Which car? Mine or hers?
Dan, stop playing games. You know what we're
When I
talking
got,
about.
okay, I can help you here.
Okay.
You gotta give me a second. You gotta let me answer the questions when they're asked. When I dropped her vehicle off looking for the guy, she said she wanted me to take her and drive around in my vehicle. So I left her vehicle. I went down to Food Lion and she was in my vehicle with me. And I dropped her off at home.
Damn, we watched the video.
They would have seen that then. I don't think he understands that they have the video. Video evidence doesn't lie. You know what I mean? Like, people can lie.
He is not.
The car sits there.
It sits there, man.
No, not in her car.
Never.
My car.
We
I
watched you
dropped
go
her
back
off
to
in
food
my car.
lines. You did not drop anyone off, man.
I picked her back up. She sat in my car at food line, and I went back and got her.
No, you did not.
The detectives are beginning to apply more pressure on Prince, knowing everything he's telling them is a lie. But he continues to stay on the defense, even trying to brush off the fact that
She was in his car, but not alive. He took that car, and wherever he went after is where she is. Whew.
might have destroyed potential evidence.
I don't know where it is.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Damn.
Let's go back to why you wiped the car down. What you said you were worried about what?
The only thing I did was because I knew I'd been in and out of her car all the time
No.
with her. I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm going to just leave this thing here because she's got somebody that's after her.
Prince tries to deflect suspicion again by suggesting Edna may have been in some kind of danger, but he doesn't realize just how prepared these detectives are.
Literally, you're the last fucking person to ever be seen with her. What does that tell us? No signs of this mystery person that you're claiming that she was like getting stalked by, this private investigator or whoever. Just you.
Who would be after her?
That guy with the truck, she said she didn't trust him.
The PI?
Yeah, so somebody she hired as a PI.
His story's totally different. He's been doing work for her. I mean, on the son-in-law thing. I mean, we've interviewed. I mean, he had no, he didn't meet with her today. So that's
right. That's why I said she hired another PI. I'm sure you're.
Oh, someone that
was.
It's not making sense. I mean, you're the last person to be in a vehicle you wiped out of a lady that's missing.
That sounds really fun.
It does. It does. That's why we're here.
I've been real honest with you guys. I told you what was going on.
The detectives managed to get Prince to admit he was with Edna on the day she disappeared. While Prince tried to convince them he was helping her meet a suspicious private investigator, they know it's a desperate attempt to deflect suspicion and distance himself from the crime. Prince insisted he dropped Edna off at her home, safe and well. But the detectives established that he was the last person to see her alive. And because of this interrogation, they locked him into a lie that would eventually lead to a chilling confession. When detectives search Prince's property, they find several automatic weapons. Because of his previous convictions, he's forbidden from owning any firearms.
Oh, shit.
That means he could be facing a federal charge and be detained for even longer. While he's detained, they continue to search his land and find one of the most crucial pieces of evidence yet, a yogurt cup. This is the yogurt he bought shortly before Edna disappeared, and it's laced with a cocktail of drugs.
So did he give Edna one of those yogurts? He went to the store, brought the yogurts back, filled it with drugs. Wow. Wiping down cars.
Lorazepam, tramadol, and cyclobenzaprine
Holy
can cause
shit.
central nervous system depression when they're combined. When this happens, the body's neurological functions slow down. In other words, you're under sedation, exactly as Edna was in the parking lot when she was seen in Prince's car. After feeding her the laced yogurt, there's nothing Edna can do to stop him, and she's led away to her death at the hands of this sadistic killer. Prince begins to realize he's cornered and has nowhere to run, so they bring him back in for more questioning, where he makes a full confession as he admits to 3 more murders, including those of Lee Goodman, Dolores Sellers, and her daughter, Nancy Rigo. The first victim was Dolores. Daniel had euthanized Dolores Sellers at the request of her daughter, Nancy Rigo. However, Nancy began to have second thoughts and wanted to contact the police, putting her directly in the crosshairs of Daniel Prince, a mentally disturbed serial killer. Nancy Rigo was now his second victim. Even worse is the fact
Holy
that for
shit.
several years, Daniel began receiving Nancy's social security checks because she had given him her power of attorney. Moreover, the search of Daniel's property would also reveal several of Nancy's documents. Since 2017, after her murder, Daniel pretended to be Nancy by sending her family emails and messages in an attempt to prevent them from thinking that she was dead. Daniel's third victim was Lee Goodman, who allegedly
Oh my god, this guy, dude. He went and he pretended to be her so that the family would not get suspicious that something had happened. And was taking her money. Social security checks.
Receiving Nancy's social security checks because she had given him her power of attorney. Moreover, the search of Daniel's property would also reveal several of Nancy's documents. Since 2017, after her murder, Daniel pretended to be Nancy by sending her family emails and messages in an attempt to prevent them from thinking that she was dead. Daniel's third victim was Lee Goodman, who allegedly attempted to rob him, according to Daniel. Much like Nancy and Edna, her body was disposed of in some desolate
I almost doubt it. I'm sure he just said that to make her look bad.
Area. And finally, Daniel's fourth and final victim was Edna Suttles, whose body would be found 1 year later on May 16, 2022, in a grave close to Daniel's home in Rutherford County. Although decomposed, officers were able to positively identify it as Edna and return the body to her loved ones. But even in the face of his crimes, he would never let go of his chance to leverage as much information as he could.
There was quite a lot of stuff found in your V house. There could be a million explanations for some of that stuff, and I don't want to jump to conclusions. And if there's something that happened that you didn't intend to happen, let's talk about it.
There are things that have to happen, and there are things that are going to happen. And I'm a realist, and I have acceptance with this. I would like a little bit of control in how they happen.
Well, that sounded psychotic.
If you tell him to turn that off, I will talk to you a little more freely.
When they turn the cameras off, Prince makes a final attempt to take control and influence the outcome in his favor. Daniel Prince avoided a trial by making a deal with authorities. He would tell them about the location of Edna's body, and in turn, his case would go federal because of the better living conditions in federal prisons. Not only that, but he would also avoid the death penalty and instead receive a life sentence. One would think that the detectives were naive to turn off their cameras and not record Daniel's confession.
They kind of were.
But unbeknownst to Prince, the investigators keep the backup audio recording running.
Good, because I would have found that to be insanely stupid if they had just had nothing that entire time.
After shutting down the camera, this is the chilling confession he made.
Let's hear it.
Okay, let's put it this way. A person I was very good friends with wanted to do something to put someone basically out of their misery that was very closely related to them. That's one body. That person started having an extreme amount of guilt over this and decided they were going to go tell what had happened. That's the second body. There's a third body that I did not
just bullet
kill,
pointing.
and I knew that they'd be getting Social Security disability for the rest of their life. So I got rid of said bodies, for example, so that I could continue to use the car. By any chance,
The fact that he just laughed about that sickens me, man. So I could continue using the card. Fucking scumbag.
He's getting all this squared away. Can you just help me get that closure for Edna's family?
Not until I have this. I clam up like a clam if this doesn't go federal for everything.
Fuck this guy. Fuck that guy. What an actual inhuman piece of garbage.
Years in
of a lady that's missing. That sounds really up.
28 years ago, this man kidnapped a woman and was sentenced to 30 years in prison for it. 3 decades later, 80-year-old Edna Suttles is spotted picking him up in a parking lot. This would be the last time Edna was ever seen alive. Days later, detectives traced Edna's movement and discovered CCTV footage of the same man driving her car.
She's missing right now.
Yes, Dan, where is Edna?
I don't have a clue.
But that's when police found out Edna wasn't the only victim.
tell him to turn that off, I can talk to you a little more freely.
Sometime around 9 a.m. on...
Really a lot of
Disgusting. All right, James, we're going to go ahead and start another video. Good God, that was a rough one to get through. Love that show. To Catch a Predator. Family knows the killer is living in their vents.
Hands. Hands. Get out. Hands. Get out here now. Come on.
Please don't let him see me. He's armed.
No.
I hear him. I think I hear his truck.
I just can't believe that she was in the box.
Got blood on the toilet, blood on the wall, blood on the shoe, blood on the shirt, blood all over this floor right here.
Deputies in Murray County, Georgia are called when a man opens his door to find a bruised and battered woman on the run and desperate for help. Authorities arrive to discover her hiding in a box, terrified that the man she's just escaped will find her. As shocking as this is, it's nothing compared to her harrowing account of the ordeal she barely survived.
Holy shit, this already sounds crazy. This already sounds absolutely insane. And I haven't even started it yet. She just comes out of the box. And she would, oh, okay.
Is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with the crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On June 3, 2024, a Murray County deputy arrives at a home in Crandall, Georgia. All he's been told is that a 911 call was made because someone was found hiding on a porch.
Hands. Hands. Get out. Hands. Get out here now. Come on. Get on your stomach. Now. Drop the vape. Get on your stomach. Hands on your back.
My wrist is broken.
That sucks.
I didn't do anything.
72 Murray. One female detained.
I didn't do anything.
Why are you laying in a freaking box on the back porch?
Because my boyfriend beat me. Do you not see my head? And my collarbone's broken? That's what I came down here for. I just needed help. I just needed help.
You just need help?
Yeah, I need a hospital.
Well, I'm here. So.
I came here for him to...
All right, bring your knees up to your chest. Roll on your side. Bring your knees up to your chest.
My collarbone.
Come on. All right, we're going to get in my car.
Why am I being arrested?
You're not being arrested.
Oh, okay.
You're detained.
Okay, well, please don't let him see me. He's armed.
Okay. Come on. I'm not going to let nothing happen to you.
I'm scared.
There ain't nothing going to happen to you. Where's he at?
He's
in this house?
No, across this road, up on the hill.
Okay,
there's a red...
Oh, okay. I was just sitting here saying, like, someone must have reported her being on someone's porch, and that's why they're like, hey, yeah, can you get someone down here? There's like a girl on my porch right now. I don't know what to do. So they're at a distance away. Apparently, this abusive boyfriend, and she actually got so scared that she ran. It doesn't even look like she's showered in a long time. And it seems like she escaped, which I'm surprised that she didn't go to the house next door just to call the police at that point. I don't really know. But they did say they were in a relationship, like that's her boyfriend. So maybe she didn't want to call the police, but now that there's an officer here, maybe now she can actually do something about it.
How much have you had to drink?
We drank some last night. Wasn't much.
Okay, that's bullcrap. It wasn't last night.
It was last night. We've been up all night fighting.
Come on. You've been drinking all morning. I can smell it.
No, I haven't. I promise you I haven't. There, I think it's...
That's a cop.
Okay. He also has a white BMW.
51, hold up right there.
I don't want him to know where you're at because he will come.
Let him. You want
Let
to
him.
play stupid game? Get in the car.
I didn't mean to call you.
Get in the car.
The woman identifies herself as 29-year-old Cassidy Porch. She explains that she was so desperate to get away from
Oh, maybe she took a shower. Maybe that's why her hair's wet.
her fiancé, Nick Cargane, that she left her shoes and phone behind. She'd waited for him to fall asleep before she ran from the house and went from neighbor to neighbor until someone finally helped her by calling 911 while she hid.
Okay.
Though she admits to drinking 2 shots the night before, she claims she smells like alcohol because Nick spilled a drink on her.
He's armed.
Okay, with what?
He's got a 45 and he also has, it's a little pistol. I don't think it's
Where does he hit you?
Move my hair. It hurts.
Hang on.
It really hurts.
Hang on. So you come over here to get help, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't, because...
All right, well, let me uncuff you then, because the only thing I got told is somebody had a female.
I hear him. I think I hear his truck. Yeah, I understand. Ow, ow, ow.
Hang on, I'll get it right.
If he sees a cop car or an ambulance, he'll follow it. And
You're not...
And every time the cops go up there, he has some story. His foot's broke because he kicked a table over on me last night.
What kind of truck does he drive?
It's a red Dodge Ram, lifted.
It's alcohol in her hair. It's fucking crazy. That she is that terrified and is that, like, on alert that much to where if she hears a vehicle even coming, she's that paranoid that it's going to be him in his truck. Like, she's freaking out like crazy. And that's terrifying because, like, there are guys out there. Okay, I'm not trying to make it sound one-sided, but there are genuine, like, douchebag dudes that will have their woman in control, like, they'll have control over them like this, and they will make them terrified to even say anything or even go out for help because they want to feel like they are in charge of their lives. And they play this psychological game that they will come after them and abuse the fuck out of them. She's generally coming off like, yeah, pretty terrified. This does sound like a domestic fight. It has me curious on how it turns out. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Hey, red Dodge Ram lifted. Should be him.
He's still looking for me. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it.
The other deputy leaves to follow the noise of the nearby truck.
He's armed. That's what worries me. He doesn't care.
Okay, so what happened? Why are you all bruised up?
Because we were fighting last night. Because...
Fighting about what?
Of my phone. I called my dad
Who
to
hit
get
who
help.
first?
He hit me. He threw tables and all kinds of stuff at me. And then he bashed my head into the toilet. And my collarbone, I think, is broke. I can't move it. I just need a doctor.
Well, their EMS is coming. They'll be taking you, okay?
As it turns out, Cassidy had good reason to fear that her fiancé was looking for her. The other deputy intercepts him just as he returns home, blocking him into his driveway.
Hello. Are you Nick?
Yep.
What's going on down here?
That's what I'd like to know.
That's what we're trying to find out.
So I woke up, she was gone. I come outside to look.
Oh shit! He really was trying to find her in his truck. Holy shit. She was gone. I was trying to find her.
Hollered for it, didn't see her, didn't hear. I saw those people standing down there. I got in my truck, pulled out the driveway, stopped right there. I said, hey, have you guys seen Cassie? Nope. What's going on? I told him exactly what I just told you. And then I drove down the street and back.
With Cassidy in the back.
But why did she have to leave? Why did she feel not safe, right?
To the deputy's vehicle, waiting for EMS to arrive. The 911 caller and owner of the house where she was hiding comes out to check on her.
Thank you.
Hey, good job how you handled that.
Thank you.
I told the dispatch, I had my gun, I said, I'm not going to stand here and watch nobody feed on
Put
me.
it in your box because he's good at looking.
Well, I understand, you done the right thing, you know what I'm saying?
Soon, some of the other neighbors head over to make sure Cassidy is okay and share it.
Oh, you got the neighbors taking her side. And they see everything. They're around. That's a good little area right there by the sounds of it.
Disturbing revelation.
This happened before.
Oh, fuck.
We tried to look out for her, but she knocked on my door and took off. I didn't know where she went until you guys pulled up.
Yeah, so we were
tried.
looking for her.
Okay, so it sounds like Cass did try to actually get help from the neighbors, but she got too scared and changed her mind at the last second. She started running. Man.
I was trying to protect her.
Even Nick admits that Cassidy has run away before, though he puts a slightly different spin on it.
I'm sure he does.
I don't know if you realize this or not, this isn't the first time that this happened.
Between her and you, or?
Not necessarily between us, just in general. We took off and fucking talked, took off and all other people. She has this weird thing with taking off for whatever reason.
The deputy who responded to the initial 911 call decides to talk to Nick.
Nobody just gets up and runs off for no reason whatsoever. There has to be a purpose behind it.
Himself and heads up the road. He'll soon find himself stepping into a horror story.
I've been out here before and talked to you.
I believe so.
Yep. So what happened?
Like I told him, I woke up this morning. The door was wide open. She was gone.
So can you explain to me why she's got a laceration on the back of her head and both her eyes are black?
She was fine when we went to bed.
And her knees are scraped up pretty bad? So you didn't hit her in the back of the head with anything last night or try to drown her in a toilet?
No, sir.
Okay. Is it okay if we go in your house and look around?
For what?
I just want to look and see.
There it is. There it is. For what? What are you looking for? Oh, you know, any signs that maybe what she's saying is true, like blood on the toilet seat, things like this, that. You know, maybe you didn't have time to clean it up. Maybe you didn't expect the police to show up the next morning.
I'd rather you not go in my house without a warrant.
Okay, that's fine.
Not being disrespectful or anything like that, but...
Can I see your knuckle?
Yeah. Just showed him too. No marks.
Was anybody else here last night?
My son.
Nick's 11-year-old son, who is not Cassidy's child, is still asleep inside.
And like I told him, this isn't the first time that something like this has happened with her.
So was she bruised up and cut up yesterday?
No. So whatever happened between the time she left here and whatever she did had to have been it, because we were fine when we went to sleep last night. And I woke up at sometime like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. She had got up to get something to drink, and she was perfectly fine then. Come back in, laid back down. I love you too, blah, blah, blah.
So were y'all arguing last night?
No.
Arguing at all any yesterday?
I mean, we had a couple of words exchanged, but we wasn't like screaming, yelling, you know, pushing, shoving, no kind of argument like that.
With Nick and Cassidy's stories not matching at all, the deputies convene.
Excuse me. You got no proof that he did it? As of right this second, I don't see. But the way that she described how he done it to her, he ain't gonna have marking.
What they need is evidence to prove which of the two is lying.
So can I go in the house and look around?
What do you want to look for?
She's saying that she was grounded in the toilet. I just need to look.
To see if I have a toilet?
To see if the floor or anything like that.
Fucking being a smartass, dude. It's very obvious right now that he is definitely aware of it. Yep. Buddy, stand aside. Because either you let us in or we get the warrant and go in regardless.
Well, around it.
Look at him.
There will be sign of a scuffle if there was.
Look at him.
I guess so.
Okay, well, let's go in.
Nick leads the deputy to a bathroom at the front of the house.
Is there another bathroom?
Not one that works.
Can I go look at it? The one that don't work?
It's in my room.
Is that okay? I'm just going straight.
Oh, boy. Oh, God, dude. Oh, boy. That one. No, probably not. Even though that would be the one that if I had a guess there was going to be a fight in, it would probably be the one in the bedroom, right? Probably not the public bathroom. Probably the one in my bedroom.
In there, that's it. I ain't worried about whatever else you got.
I'd rather you not.
Okay.
This entire time, Nick has been limping, and he takes this opportunity to explain his injury. One that Cassidy had said he received by pushing a table onto her.
He did. He kicked a table and broke his foot. At least that's what she said, yeah.
I don't know if you noticed how blowed up my ankle is. I rolled that sucker off those damn steps over there last night. Pretty early, about, 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I doubt that anyone with a blowed up ankle is going to be doing some crazy shit like that.
Cassidy will go into detail about what exactly she says Nick was capable of with an injured ankle. For now, though, she's on her way to the hospital. Even without seeing the entire house, the deputies can tell something isn't quite right with Nick's story.
If you would, hang up the phone call for me.
Okay.
Go ahead and turn around and place your hands behind your back.
Well, I'm being arrested, bro. Okay, can you give me 1 second? Her godfather's calling.
Yeah, you can put it on speaker and set it on top of your toolbox.
In an attempt to verify Cassidy's claims, the deputies obtain a search warrant. It isn't long before a detective, nicknamed Tiny, arrives to conduct the search warrant. By then, the deputy has received
Excuse me?
nicknamed Tiny. The deputies obtain a search warrant. It isn't long before a detective, nicknamed Tiny, arrives to conduct the search warrant.
Taken down by a dude named Tiny. Holy fuck. That's epic.
By then, the deputy has received a haunting update about Cassidy.
We need to figure out the truth to this because we've been out here multiple times and.
I mean, if she's beaten and, I mean...
Yeah, the hospital said it's worse than what we thought, too.
No, I'm sure.
The son is brought outside to wait, and the deputies re-enter the house, this time with a warning. A large snake is apparently loose somewhere in the home.
Well, when you hear a gunshot, you know I found that damn snake.
Yep. And if you see me running, I got blood over here.
Snake!
Looks like, maybe, don't know.
They make their way to the back of the house,
Yep,
where
the
Nick
bathroom.
had refused to let them look earlier.
Why's it gotta be snakes?
The snake, as it would turn
Why? Why is snakes?
out, would be the least of their problems.
Yeah, no shit.
Inside the back bedroom, they find the horrific evidence they have been searching for.
You can see where blood's been dragged across the ground right here.
Along with drag marks, they can see a broken fan, droplets of blood, a broken phone, a magazine for a pistol, and a partially packed suitcase.
There's 2 ice packs right here too, but we don't know, she don't know what he hit her with. Well, I got a good guess. Let me see. Look at the blood splatter right there.
According to police documents, they find what they describe as a battle axe-style tomahawk, which appears to have a small bloodline on the blade.
Oh my god, he did not hit her with that.
A firearm with blood towards the end of the barrel, and 2 still cold ice packs. They can also see a pillow with blood and smeared blood on the floor leading into the bathroom. It's in the bathroom that they make the most disturbing revelations.
Yep.
Yeah, he tried to clean up this floor, but he missed a whole lot of other stuff. Got blood on the toilet, blood on the wall.
Is that an Easter basket for the trash can?
Blood on the shoe, blood on the shirt, blood all over this floor right here. Did you say if he's put anything around her neck or anything? I mean, look at this.
Well, if he did try to put her head in the toilet and she was pushing up on it, she could have broken it if it was a cheap material. So that might have explained why her collarbone might have been broken. Because if she's trying to fucking force her head back up, you know, she could have broken her bone and that could have made her react in that way.
Trying to stop the bleeding.
The detective is referring to a pair of black shorts that were soaked with blood.
It's full of puke. She's anything but throwing up.
I don't know. I would say she probably did if she was around.
As alarming as this is to consider, there also appears to be human feces in the toilet where Cassidy claimed Nick tried to drown her.
More blood on the ground right there. I bet you that's what he hit her over the head with. Probably.
The snake is soon discovered to be hiding under a rock in its tank. As they begin to head out to speak with Nick's mother, who's finally arrived, they make another distressing discovery.
She did say that he ripped her shirt off, and right here's a ripped shirt.
Okay.
So, I
The
mean,
shirt
dude,
was
everything, by the sounds of it, everything is pretty spot on from what she was describing. He didn't want him going into the back part of the house. That is red flag, big red flag number 1.
In multiple places, and Nick will soon offer a questionable explanation, not just for the shirt, but also for the rest of the troubling evidence. For now, Nick's mother tells the detective that despite Nick and Cassidy being engaged, she's never met Cassidy.
Is she injured?
Mm-hmm.
She go to the hospital?
Mm-hmm. She's pretty beat up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know he's had problems in the past with exes, so certainly not going to defend.
Yeah.
But
Oh, shit.
No matter what Nick's mother may believe,
Probably didn't want to introduce her to Cassidy because she might have told Cassidy that he's had problems. Probably didn't want, you know, Cassidy to get the idea and think badly of him before they even got into a relationship. That is a good mom. Good point, Brooklyn. That is a good mom in my opinion. She's not going to have her son's back no matter what. There are some parents who will be like, the son could murder an entire family of people and they'd be like, that's still my baby. Yeah, no, he would never do something like that. But this one's like, no, he's had a history. He's had a history. I'm not going to defend him. He can reap what he sows.
the evidence told a gruesome story, and Nick was taken to jail. Yet nothing could prepare the detectives for what Cassidy would tell them about the horror that unfolded inside the home. She was still at the hospital when the detectives came to speak with her, where she'd been joined by her mother.
I'm Detective Malone. I don't know if I've ever met you before or not. People normally call me Tiny. That's Detective Bill.
That's Tiny?
Exact opposite
That makes sense. The voice and everything, this guy must be pretty big.
of what you are.
Yeah, I know. Is there if I sit down and talk to you for a
Yeah,
minute?
of course.
Cassidy explains that her and Nick have been together for a year. She says that the argument between them the night before had started over small things, but quickly escalated.
The way I do things and everything like that, just stupid cliche stuff. He ended up pushing a wooden table over on me and threw dresser drawers at me.
She then called her godfather to come and get her, and despite deleting the call, Nick had checked the phone records and found out. However, when the detective spoke to Nick, he said the fight started over something entirely different.
I was honestly not expecting his hair to be like that. That kind of threw me off for a second.
Something to do with content, because we do content and stuff like that.
What do you mean content?
Content like OnlyFans type stuff.
They would come back to this topic shortly. For now, the detective attempts to get Nick's explanation for the evidence they uncovered in the bedroom and bathroom.
I'm going to be honest with you. I know something physical happened in the house.
Okay, why do you say that?
Because all the blood I found in the house.
There's always been blood in that house.
While Nick's explanation leaves something to be desired, Cassidy has no problem describing what happened to her.
Now, what was the blood from?
My head.
Now, tell me what happened with...
That makes sense, because they said there was like a blood splatter or something on the pillow, like blood on the pillow. If she tried to lay down after that, there was going to be blood on the pillow. So, that does make sense.
That's what happened whenever we were in the kitchen. He slammed my head up against the floor when I tried to run from him. And,
So, did you try to run out of the house?
Yeah.
And he just snatches you
yeah,
and pulls you? Okay.
He chased me out. I didn't even make it outside. It was right there in the kitchen.
You're running out the door. He grabs you, pulls you back in, slams you on the ground. Now, show me how was he holding onto your head? Like, was he over, like, mounted on top of you?
He was, yeah, mounted on top of me, holding my neck and banging my head against the floor.
Okay. Now, was he squeezing your
Yes.
neck? Okay.
And he choked me on the bed. He choked me about twice.
In his interview, Nick focuses on something other than the mounting evidence against him.
He needs to be...
You also noticed or not that her stuff was packed because she was supposed to be leaving.
That would explain the suitcase with her stuff in it. Like, everything that she has said has been spot on, man. I don't see her lying about this.
Why was she supposed to be leaving?
Just because we kind of had different goals in mind for life. See, I own a business. I've been trying to become somebody and make something out of my life to set an example. And she just kind of doesn't have that drive.
Cassidy, however, says that once she had packed her bag, Nick never let her leave. She also says that during their fight and after slamming her head into the floor, Nick then dragged her by her hair from the kitchen back into the bedroom.
And he pointed a gun to me.
What kind of gun?
I don't even know what it is.
Remember what it looked like?
It's green and black. It's little. It's like this big, maybe, and that tall.
No, you say he pointed it at you.
Mm-hmm.
How did he point it at you? Like, where were y'all at?
In the bedroom.
In that bedroom?
Yeah.
And what happened? Like,
That's
what
where
was
it
going
was.
on that he popped the gun out?
He just told me, he's like, I should just do off with you right now. I'm going to put you in a box, is what he told me. And then I got in the shower to clean all the blood off.
She then explains how he tried to drown her.
He took my head and he, like, put it in the toilet and, like, just left it in there.
Just
I
kept
couldn't
pushing
breathe.
down there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how long did that last?
Maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. I mean,
Okay.
he like would pull it up and he'd put it back down. In my hand,
Who did she say?
this right here, he took his back of an axe, a hand axe,
Mm-hmm.
and he hit me with it. He turned it over and hit me with it, not with the sharp part, but the back of it.
Both Cassidy and Nick agree that something like this has happened before.
I did have scars where he actually took the axe to my fingers.
You know, at this rate, if she had killed him in self-defense, it would have been justified. 100%. Yeah. Man, this is horrifying. This is a horrifying story.
My hand and I have a scar right here on my head. It happened about 2 months ago. He hit me with a leveler in my head. I don't know.
Yeah, did you call anybody then?
Huh?
Did you call anybody then?
I couldn't. He has access to my phone. He would not give me my phone.
Just stuff like this has happened before. She'll disappear, pop up, all messed up, or saying she got beat up, or this or that. Yeah. And trying to get me in trouble because...
Yeah, you're a piece of fucking shit, dude.
Just because I have a different outlook on life, because I have the drive to, want to be better and succeed, or what it is. I guess sometimes I'm a cocky, but I'll admit that.
No matter what.
Even your own fucking mom said you have had history with being abusive. You're a fucking dipshit, rot dude. Have fun in prison. I'll tell you right now, women beaters do not receive good treatment in prison. Not in the slightest.
Nick claims the detective simply isn't buying his story.
So what about the torn T-shirt that I found in the kitchen floor? What was that from?
She has a lot of torn clothes. She has...
That's bullshit.
She likes to take clothes and she'll rip them in certain ways to use for content.
In her interview, Cassidy adds another layer to this already unsettling case. Nick's son had been in the house while all of this was taking place.
Oh, he's traumatized.
He said his son, it's time for his son to grow up. Maybe he needs to see this, because his son's alive. And,
where was his son at?
In bed.
Earlier at the scene, the detective had tried to...
He was in bed, but I doubt he was asleep. I'm sure that kid heard every little bit. That kid is traumatized, no doubt. Heartbreaking.
Talk to Nick's son.
They got into an argument.
They got into an argument?
Yeah.
Okay, did you see anything? Did you hear anything? I'm sure you heard something, because a lot of racket back there, a lot of stuff got broken.
Oh.
So...
I was asleep last night.
You were asleep, so you didn't hear anything?
Not really, no.
Levi knows what to say and what not to say. He's had a talk with his father.
Oh, I know.
He will defend his.
I know.
The detective returns to Cassidy's harrowing account.
I was thinking the same exact thing, too. Yeah. That's so sad. Dad should not have rights to his kid anymore. His kid should be taken away. He should not be allowed near his kid. Yeah, it's probably right. It's probably normal to him. Yeah.
Now, when he had you on the ground, were you trying to fight back?
Yeah, I was trying to get him off of me.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no way. There's no stopping him.
Explain to me how you got all the scratches on you.
Which ones?
All over your chest, your back, everything.
The stuff on my torso is from sex.
Okay.
100%.
Once again, Cassidy shares a distressing revelation.
So I'm going to ask you about a hanger, because the deputies out there overheard you talking to the EMS workers.
Oh, yeah. I'm pregnant, and he talked about wanting to take care of it with a hanger.
When was that? Last night?
That was last night.
What did he say?
He just said, we can go to the bathroom and take care of this right now.
Along with the major injuries to her head, Cassidy's feet, ankles, and legs were bruised and scratched from fleeing barefoot through the woods. As well, the wounds on her head were actually so deep that they had to be stapled shut.
There is still no physical proof that I was the one that did any of it.
Despite...
I doubt the little boy did. She was with you that night. Jackass. Yeah, I hope he got his fucking ass handed to him in jail.
Despite his denials, Nick was charged with kidnapping with bodily injury, terroristic threats, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, battery and family violence, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and 5 counts of aggravated assault and family violence. As well, Cassidy was granted a family violence protective order. While behind bars and awaiting trial, Nick made a few recorded calls to friends and family.
The lawyer said without proper legal, he's looking at way more than 15 to 30.
Years?
Yeah.
What? You're kidding me.
The big thing is the terrorism charge and the kidnapping. Those can be up to life sentences.
See, this is ridiculous. I'm not trying to sit here 10 years for some I didn't do, bro.
But with the terrorism and the kidnapping in there, that can't be dropped. Those are the two that's like really gonna hurt.
I just don't understand those two specifically, because it's like nobody can prove that I said anything. And
the fact that you didn't even want the officers to go into the bathroom should tell them everything. You were more aware of it than you're letting on. Can't believe they're going to do this, man. I'm not going to do 10 years for shit I didn't even do.
He's saying that you held her against her will, you wouldn't let her leave.
That's retarded. I have witnesses. There's people that can testify against that. Even can tell you
Nick and his friend also discuss
Did he-
Cassidy.
what?
Even until you.
I wonder if he was talking about the son, like right there. Who's going to testify? Who was with you in that house at the time of you and her and your son? Who's going to testify for you? Your mom even said you had a history of violence. Dude, you're fucked.
Nick and his friend also discuss Cassidy, revealing that she'd left the state. Still, the friend had managed to contact her.
She's like back and forth and everything. She's like, I don't want anything to happen. Things shouldn't have happened. She's like, I love Nick. He's my best friend, but this and but that. And she's like crying because of it. And the problem is she never pressed charges. The state picked it up because she went to the hospital. She went to the hospital. They came with a search warrant, went through the house, and they put charges based off what they found, apparently.
Despite this,
Again, everything added up. On her story, her side of it, everything added up. And it's not crazy to think that maybe she's going to have second thoughts about it, too. That's not that crazy. Even if she's 100% in the right, which I do believe she is, she's going to have second thoughts on it because there's a part of her that probably still loves him. I've seen this so many times. That's why a lot of people like that stay with abusive boyfriends, because they feel like they can change them, and they just can't. They just can't. But they're always looking for the positives, looking for that hope, that little bright slimmer of hope that maybe there's a chance. And that's just not the case with this guy. So for her to be crying and saying, you know, I really, he doesn't need this, but this and that and this, it's like, that's not that crazy to think that she would do that. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. But it's a mental game. But no, by the sounds of it, he 110% deserves everything that's coming to him. And I don't buy it. I think people around him are going to be biased. But even his mom's not biased to him. So what does that tell you? His mom's even aware of who this is. This is his own fucking mom. Of course she's going to know a lot about him.
Nick apparently had a plan, a form he wanted Cassidy to fill out.
It'd be for like if you made a statement and wanted to drop it or change your mind.
She told me that they told her they have enough stuff from the house that she doesn't even have to be in court.
At some point, Cassidy blocked the friend, but this didn't appear to deter him.
I'm not going to reach out there, but I can probably use Jade. My mom might not be blocked. Haley may not be blocked. I'll figure it out. I'll get a hold of her. I love you. You know that. Love you.
I love you too, man.
You give you a phone kiss. Mwah.
Eventually, the charge of terroristic threats against Nick was dismissed, but he was still found guilty of kidnapping with bodily injury, aggravated assault, family violence, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony,
so he's still spending some time,
battery, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. He was sentenced to life in prison, plus 25 years.
Wow.
If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files that rarely come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen details on our Patreon channel.
Wow, man. Sounds like he still did time in prison, though. Life in prison. Holy shit. Yeah, what an absolute scumbag dude. We need to watch something more positive. Okay, let's see. What is a positive video we can watch? Meat Canyon. The biggest frauds. The overnight channel is live right now. Nice, nice. Meat Canyon 5 months ago. Return of the King of Mukbang. Must be a marathon of just... Pretty sure I watched this one. Yeah, we did. I think on our last live stream I did. That big one I did. YouTube Music Critics.
Ah, man. We missed another lesson. Is the pizza almost here?
Dude, we're flying to Japan in a few months. How are we supposed to pick up girls if we can't even talk to them?
Dude, I bet these girls are gonna love a foreign man with a beautiful accent.
Man, you're so right. We're here to be little show ponies over there, huh?
Damn right, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh.
The tongue stealer.
Yo, is that the Duolingo out?
Michael, don't go near that thing.
Michael. What is that thing even?
What's up, little man?
Michael, seriously, dude, stop. Konnichiwa.
Dude, he came here to give us lessons in person. This is so cool. Konnichiwa, little man.
Ko.
Ni.
Chiwa.
Chiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
What the fuck? Oh my god, it's like from Akira. That's weird. Whoa, what detail? That's foul. That's foul, man.
All right, I got 2 pepperoni pizzas. What are you saying? Get off of me! Get the fuck off of me!
Oh, that waste of pizza. Dude, throw it. That's so weird. Where does he come up with this shit? Not so much for your accents.
自分が何を言っているかわからない。俺の声がどこに。どうしたマイケル。なんで英語が喋れないんだ。今なんて言った。
Course complete. That was weird. That's no surprise. That was me canyon for. That was weird. Oh, sinister 911 calls. Looks like I'm not the only one posting somewhat of true crime stuff. It's crazy. Lawnmower guy? What? Will you be live tomorrow morning? Maybe. I don't know. Probably. Maybe not because I do work tonight and I'm going to be getting home like around 6 in the morning. So it's going to be like by the time I get home, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Oh.
An elderly man in Ohio with warrants for his arrest is currently...
Why am I not surprised this is in Ohio? Why am I not surprised? Yeah, Jordan, go mow your yard. We want to watch.
Currently driving his lawnmower on the roadway. When
All right.
officers attempt to pull him over, they get in the weirdest pursuit of their entire careers.
51. We're going to stop him. Oh, he's
Going around, another unit left of center.
What the?
Do you know what Southway?
Copy, do you know Southway?
51, is he continuing north?
Yeah, we're at the intersection right now. Yep, he's going eastbound.
Yeah, he's turning right. On red.
Eastbound on Southway.
This is actually crazy that this guy actually decided, yeah, this would be a good idea.
Lawnmower, Toro. No license plate.
At eastbound on Southway, 4 miles an hour.
He just waved his hand as to wave me off.
13 to 50, what do you want to do? I'm westbound on Southway. I see him coming. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll stop.
We're headed towards the construction zone. No traffic. Eastbound.
This
Southway,
is actually
Denmont. 9 to 10 mile an hour.
Someone should throw down some spikes.
Southway at Denmont. 10 mile an hour.
Does he even realize he's I don't think he realizes. Oh my god, dude. Yep, pull over, buddy.
He's going through a yard. He's going through 2 yards.
Oh my god.
Northbound.
Just get out of the vehicle, man. Walk over and just...
Copy, northbound, 2 yards.
Oh my god. Yep. Oh my gosh,
He's
what is
continuing
this?
through yards. It looks like he's
They
gonna
could literally
come out
just
on
run after him.
Clark.
He's not gonna... Oh, he's booking it though.
Continuing north.
That's
through
fucking
other front
crazy.
Yards, 3900 block of Clark. Headed towards Hazelbrook.
Copy, J900 block of Clark toward Hazelbrook.
That's crazy. Is he just gonna keep going?
The suspect is currently still in the yards to the right. As these officers redirect themselves, another officer and former track star runner attempts to make contact.
I know. He's crazy.
Yeah, there he goes, man. Pull the keys out. Is he gonna tase the old man? He actually attempted to tase this old man off his lawnmower. That is crazy. He can't feel anything. Not even mowing.
30 log of taser deployment.
Continue east. Correction. Continue west. Continue west.
And he's back out on Clark, or not Clark. Headed to Hazelbrook.
Apparently this guy doesn't want to stop.
He's northbound towards the storage units.
Looks like he may have turned around.
These guys are just... What the fuck?
Little action in your neighborhood. He's going back east.
I was there when the police chased a man on a lawnmower for like 4 hours. He's not wearing a seatbelt. Illegal. Dude, turn it. Just turn the key.
Whoa! He tried to run over 30. He's going back to Hazelbrook. You all right? Yeah.
The taser's not doing anything though.
He's got that
Just,
coat
dude.
on.
Dude, I saw the literal key inside of it. All you have to do is just turn it.
Okay, we're going to terminate this. We know who he is. He's not going to stop. He's out of control.
30 tried to get him off the mower. He tried to run him over.
Okay, we'll file charges.
The taser's ineffective because he has that big coat on.
Yeah. We'll just file felonious
That makes
assault
sense.
on him.
Yeah, he did have a pretty big, thick coat on.
He had a thick jacket on, didn't even penetrate it. I lit him up, Bill lit him up.
That guy's out of control.
He's powerful, man.
Yeah. You see me go for a ride?
He's in the backyard.
Is he stopped?
Could you imagine if he was standing on his mower and they actually had a full-on fist fight on the mower? You see him like trading punches back and forth.
Making a loop back out to Hazelbrook.
Okay, all units, stop chasing. He's not going to stop. We'll just file for warrants on him.
Some crazy guy trying to run over people on a mower. Never know what you're going to see.
Over the course of the next day, the suspect was taken into custody for his original warrants that started this whole incident. He was then released on bond. However, due to officers filing new charges on him for his actions on the lawnmower, they need to take him into custody again, which won't go smoothly.
How we doing? Bill around?
Not yet, but he's supposed to be here shortly.
Who's he with?
I got my friend Miss Linda picking him up. He was down at the Sheets, so I asked her if she would go pick him up and bring him back. So they should be here like within the next 10 minutes.
Okay. What does she drive?
The Mazda SUV today.
Yeah, in case they try to book it the second they see the cops.
Okay. A silver Mazda SUV.
All right. I have that report fish. I'm going to sit up here at the corner. Okay.
Did you guys track down his stupid mower that he was evading yesterday on?
Yeah, we have his mower. Crazy Bill.
Oh, he's a nut.
I don't know why he does the things he does.
Well, I can explain that to you, why he do it. Because he's old, he's senile, and he got a whole lot of dementia going on. He's got a whole lot of this,
Now
that,
explain
and the
it.
other going on with his wife stealing his money, moving to Thailand. He's just all stressed out. He's discombobulated.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what
All right,
it is.
well, that explains everything.
I know that for a fact.
51, that's the vehicle right there, that silver one that just turned.
Come on!
Did they really? Are they really actually trying to escape the police now? It's done. It's done. Dude.
Holding traffic.
Now she's gonna be in trouble.
30, I'm out. All right, Bill.
All right, now what the hell you guys want?
Come on. Do you have any pocket knives or anything like that on you?
I got a machine gun.
You do? Do you have any pocket knives?
I got a weapon.
I don't have my gloves on. I'll just check them real quick.
Oh, Christ, I ain't got nothing. Oh, don't knock me over.
Come on back here, Bill.
That one.
Yep, this one right here. 30, you can log on.
Without your mower, you're nothing.
Yeah,
You're just another old guy.
For yesterday. So what you got arrested for yesterday was for the warrants that you had already before that. And then what you're getting arrested for today is what you did yesterday.
Oh, come on. Driving a lawnmower.
All you had to do was stop.
Well, they charged me $600 the last time I stopped.
Well, now you're facing a bunch of charges.
They towed my lawnmower.
We did. You're right.
I didn't have $600 to mow the grass. What is there a law against driving a lawnmower?
Have a seat, bud.
I'm serious.
Yeah, but now there's a law against, you know, evading police when they're trying to stop you.
I'll put the windows down for you, okay?
Well, I guess, is that probably why he's upset? Yeah, like they just wouldn't let him drive his lawnmower in general, and they keep giving him fines for it. Then maybe not drive a lawnmower. You know, on like public roads. You get someone to haul your mower over to the yard you need to get to mow.
Good idea. I'm getting arrested for what I did yesterday.
Yep.
If I know that, I wanted to come home.
I probably agree with that. You saw us there, that's why you turned down this way.
Huh?
I said you saw us there, that's why you guys turned down this way.
I figured you guys up to something no good.
I'd prefer not to deal with you, Bill, to be honest with you.
Well, easy doesn't. Crazy, I'm handicapped and older.
You in deep shit, Bill.
All right, Bill.
Well, look so sad. Smile.
What's that? Come on.
I said smile.
Come on.
Oh, I can't get my foot off under the damn seat. You got a kind of a smidge for midgets back here. Look. Where's the dog?
It's right there. You don't see it? It's invisible.
85 years old.
You're 83.
I was born in 1940. That's not good.
Straight in there, Bill. Let's go from there.
Imagine looking outside and thinking you're getting free landscaping, only to realize it's a police chase. Only in this job do you learn fast that people...
That was something, I gotta say, everybody. Thank you for having me watch that. That was rather... They tried to tase that old guy twice. Twice they tried to tase that guy. I don't know if he would have survived falling off that mower. That's how fragile he looked. How fragile he looked. Or fragile, however you want to pronounce it. Fragile. Dude, if he would have gone off that thing, he would have shattered into a billion pieces. He was just too fast, yeah. Man. How long have we been live for? How long have we been going? Okay. I think this is probably a good point to go ahead and stop the live stream, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and end it because, well, I have to actually get some sleep before I head to work, and I have to be at work in about 4 hours, so I can get probably 2 hours of sleep. This was fun. As a matter of fact, if you guys want me to do more live streams like this, I will absolutely do more live streams like this. It's up to you, of course. Hit the like button to show me that you want to. And, I'll see you all next time. Please do take care. Thank you again for joining me. This was fun.